Alright, we're going to be starting in a few minutes. I am running on 3 hours of sleep. This is going to be so good. I'm not going to get my Red Bull. Hey, are we ready? Let's go! What up? Is she squad? Oh man, it is baked. It's too hot in here. Fan, do your job. Fan me. Fan me. Ah. How goes it, everyone? Welcome to another stream. It's been too long. It's almost like it's been a year since I've been away. So much has transpired. No, I'm running on 3 hours sleep. There's gonna be a lot of wackiness happening today. Not anytime soon, buddy. Not anytime soon. Smiley, your son has taste. I like it. I like it. Hey, Rabbi, how's it going? Rabbi, I'm doing good. I am sleep deprived, but I'm going to reset my sleeping pattern if it's the last thing I do. Hey, Diablo. Woodpit, I am rocking the Xbox hat. That is exactly what I'm doing. Alright, let's oh. Is it true?
Hmm.
Come here.
What?
Come here.
What?
Chat wants to see a face reveal.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
They want to see a face reveal.
Okay, 1 million followers, subscribers, and then I show.
Okay, they'll give you 1 million ants.
No.
He didn't say how you want the followers.
I said 1 million subscribers.
No, you said 1 million followers, so they're going to get you an ant farm. They're getting you an ant farm, come here.
Proof it doesn't happen.
Alright, chat. Hey, Adam, how's it going? Can I still convert Xbox Game Pass Core to Game Pass Ultimate? I would assume so. I know you could do it with Xbox Live Gold. So I want to say yes, because they do allow you to upgrade. So I haven't heard anyone say they can't do it. So I would definitely assume yes. Yes, definitely. It won't be a 1-to-1 ratio, that's for sure. Definitely not a 1-to-1 ratio. They did reduce that, but you can convert it, and you do get a good ratio. I know gold is now core, but you know they changed the way things work. Brian, it's all fake news. It's all fake news. And they are all moaning about the wrong thing. They are all talking about and moaning about the wrong thing. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. But it's I've been just on the sidelines watching today while working away, sleep deprived. And it was quite funny. So Sony reached out and offered me a Concord beta code to stream it over at Twitch and give it a go and give my impressions on it. And so I was like, okay, why not? And then 5 minutes after they gave me the code, I don't think they got the memo. Sony announced that they were releasing it to everyone on PS Plus. But I don't think their marketing agency that handles their codes actually got the memo. I thought that was quite funny. Need to call out Twitter tweet talk. Microsoft will never respond to that. They never have and never will. It's not the Microsoft way. As long as I can still use CD keys for my Game Pass, I'm okay with it. Brandon, I can't even do that. I'm about to lose my Xbox account. I mean, I just got a message from the Microsoft support team saying that they're doing what they can, but I might even lose my Microsoft account at this point. Good job, right? Hey, Dayreezy. Rabbi, the changes are in effect right now. Standard will be released in September, and the new prices for existing members go in effect in September. You do, Adam. You do. That's a good point, Woodpit, but I can't touch my Xbox account at the moment. I can't even update my subscription because my account is held at ransom. Which is a bit unfortunate. And yes, I'm aware some of you know about it, but I'm still going to moan about it because it's my account and I can't do anything with it. Question, I keep hearing about grandfathering in. Will I still pay the current price for Ultimate Well, new people. You will pay your current price until September. In September, it will change to the new price. So you have a few months to adapt, buy your tokens, top ups, whatever you want to do. But as of September, the new $20 price increase comes in. We have a broadband company here in the UK called BT, and they are holding my account ransom. Well, hostage, I should say, because I wouldn't even call it hostage because they're refusing to give it back. They're refusing to give me control back of the subscriptions, and they're based. I think the way they want to do it is force me to sign up to their internet broadband, and then they'll give me internet access back from February. Daisy, that is still the way. Rabbi, I didn't see your. I haven't read the messages on Twitter. I've been very busy today working. I've only been jumping in and out of Twitter infrequently today, so I've got a bunch of messages there that I haven't read yet. So I get to them when I can. So basically, BT had a promotion going with Microsoft. If you sign up to their full fiber internet, you get 1 year's Game Pass. And so the moment you sign up to it, you use their code, you get 1 year's free subscription, right? As part of the deal, because BT is quite expensive anyway. So it kind of balances it out. The problem is, the moment you signed up to that, what they don't tell you in anywhere is that BT manages your account in terms of your subscriptions. Now they need to relinquish that through their database in order, now that my 1 year's up, but they won't do that. And because they won't do that, I can't top it up with voucher code. I can't pay to top it up. So, if nothing is done by February, essentially my account will have no live access at all. It will just be an offline account, which really sucks because essentially I'm going to lose access to a shit ton of games because an ISP. So I'm looking at legal routes at the moment to try and take them to court and on a no-win, no-fee claim and see if I can win. Hey, Dark. Dark, get in touch with me and actually, which one was it that you got? Yeah, for some reason this has been a bit of a shit show, Dark. So those giveaways I did, I literally sent the codes from the Microsoft website. One would assume that it would work, and it did not. Apparently, even if you buy it from the website and you gift it to someone, unlike Steam or any other platform, Microsoft region lock their games. It's so dumb, and it doesn't tell you that anywhere. So I found a solution for a bunch of people. I just need to know which one it was that you got, and I can fix it. I'll email you what to do, but I just need to know which version, what game you won, because I genuinely can't remember. What about September, Rabbi? Where will Microsoft show up? No, they're not going to. Microsoft will say nothing. It's not fake, Rabbi. It's real. The price change is happening. It's real. It's not fake. Standard is real as well. We're going to be talking about that now. Dead Rising 2. Okay. Did you have Dead Rising 2 or 2.5? Yes, 100%. It's real. You had 2.5. Right. Okay. Let me quickly fix this for you, and then we can get cracking. Happening. These are the changes that are coming into effect. You've got the Game Pass Core at $9.99, $75 for the year, $15 for Game Pass Standard, $20 for Game Pass Ultimate. This is not fake, this is real. And then obviously you've got PC Game Pass at $12 a month. Now, we are 100% confirmed. See, for me, the price change for Game Pass Core is fine. I think the increase in the US is a bit high. In the UK, it's only a £6 increase. The exchange rate between the US and the UK isn't that extravagant. It's gone up by over double, almost triple of what the UK is. Your exchange rate, your economy isn't that bad. Not as bad as it was when it was during the PS3 era. Anyway, so that seems a little high for me, but it is. I can see where they're going. Game Pass Ultimate increasing is pretty much because of EA Play and inflation. But this standard one is the one that doesn't make sense to me. I can work them out. Rabbi's just saying that these price increases are fake. They're not real. And they are real. They're 100% real. And they are happening. So this is the thing, right? In my opinion, Game Pass Standard shouldn't exist. I think that's the for me, ultimately, I mean, I'm always going to have Game Pass Ultimate, right? I game on Xbox, I game on PC. I like my play anywhere. So Ultimate is pretty much the go-to for me. That's not going to change unless, Microsoft and BT steal my account, then rules are going to have to change on where I go. Plastic, a lot of people do that. Need to check out Double Barrel Gaming video? I will, but if he says that this isn't happening, he's lying. It's really that simple. It's on Microsoft's official website that it's happening. Bullets kill? That's exactly it. And I think, where is it? I think Destin summed it up perfectly, right? When he turned around and said this: the internet thinks we're paid to talk about Xbox Game Pass. That's crazy. Almost as crazy as getting access to over 100 high quality games for only $11.99 a month on PC Game Pass, but not the $9.99 core Game Pass bundle. And for Game Pass Standard on console, you don't get day one games for $14.99 per month, but with Ultimate at $19.99 a month for new customers, you get day one games. But existing subs only pay $10.99 a month. Now do you see how confusing that whole message is? That right there, despite the fact that he was putting it in a very trolly, convoluted way, that's the message that is being sent out to the public. Right? That's the issue here. That statement, which looks absolutely ridiculous, right? It sounds ridiculous. It feels ridiculous. It likely is ridiculous. But, that's the message being delivered out there right now. And that's the problem. Arden, it's what I call bean pushers. Now, the reason why this exists, and you're probably Arden, you are probably right. You are probably right. So someone in the Microsoft board, someone in finance, sat there and went, how can we get people to convert to Ultimate? Because clearly on Game Pass console, those that went to console went there for a reason. They've got no interest in Xbox Live. So they got rid of that. But how can we get a mid-level price point and get them to convert to Ultimate where we're going to get $20 a month? Introduce the most pointless tier in the world, Standard. And so you go on to Standard, and then one of two things are going to happen. The 5 people that go to Standard are going to start buying games, and Microsoft are going to start seeing an increase in maybe 3 people buying games. And then the other 2 are going to say, you know what? I'm actually going to save money if I pay $5 extra per month and just go to Ultimate. So the whole reason Standard exists is to push people, to show people what they're missing out on. So if you go to Standard, you're not getting day one games, you're not getting any of the perks from the Game Pass library, you're not getting any EA Play, you're not getting any Riot benefits, you're not getting cloud benefits. All of that is, they're going to turn around and start advertising on the dashboard and saying, look, for $5 more, you can get all of this stuff. Why don't you come over? And a lot of people are going to say, you know what, that's actually true. And they're going to convert to Ultimate. That's pretty much what's happening here. Exactly. That's it. That is it. The main takeaway from Destin's vid was that during the FTC trial, Microsoft said they wouldn't increase Game Pass even if they add COD. That is correct. But they didn't say that they wouldn't increase it in line with inflation and changes of the economy. They said they wouldn't increase it directly because of the ABK merger. And if they were increasing this by way directly because of the ABK merger, that $20 likely would have been $25. Right? Or $22 or $23. I think it would have been a little higher than just a $1 or $2 increase. So to say that it's because of the ABK merger, it doesn't make sense. When everyone else around them have been increasing prices almost every 6 months because of the changing in ways of the economy, this was always going to happen. You know, it wasn't. I think it was like what, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I said even if they increased it by $1, that brings them something like $30 million a month extra. $2 is $60 million, and that's what they're doing. But this isn't a ABK related deal. But what they're doing right now is using the ABK merger, the ABK games, the Call of Duty games, to entice people on standard. Look, the timing is perfect, right? It's pretty scummy the way that these account pushers have done it, but they're doing it now, just before the release of Diablo expansion, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Avowed, Indiana Jones, Call of Duty, Replaced, and a few other games. All of these are coming after this change has gone into effect. So if you decide for whatever reason, I have no idea why you would, to go to standard, and then you're seeing all of these blockbuster games flashing on your screen, that's like $400 worth of games, or $300 worth of games. And you're like, you know what, I could just pay £5 extra, get it for a month or two, see how it is. If I like it, great, but I'm going to get all those games. And you've got that person converting from standard to ultimate, just so they can play those day one games. That is the sole purpose of this, and that is why it's being done. The next issue for those that do get standard is, when do those games drop? That is a good point, Bullet. And I think I actually asked that. Did I ask that question? I did, but I didn't get the link in my post. I've actually tweeted that out, asking, when is this happening? There's a lot of unknowns for this, but to be fair, they've only just announced it, and it's not live until September. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt with that, because come September, I expect them to outline all of this information. If it's 6 months, it's great. But if you want to know my personal opinion, I think it's going to be I hate to say this, folks, but it's going to be a case-by-case basis. And some games will never appear on there in the playable form. They will only be limited to Game Pass Ultimate. Like Call of Duty, maybe after a year. So Black Ops 6 comes out in October 2024. Maybe in October 2025, it will go over to standard. Or it could never go. It's a big game. They're going to try and milk that as much as possible to get people on Ultimate. This is dangerous because people are subscriptioned out. What do you mean by that, Woodpit? And I am going to add this here for anyone that wants to chime in and have a discussion, because obviously in text, certain things can get lost, and you want to get that point across. So you need to jump in there and have a good chat with the old cows. It's a marketing strategy. I can't remember what it's called, but you offer 3 options, one of which is crap, one is okay, and the third is excellent, and people have the illusion of choice. Bingo, my dude gets it. My dude gets it. But the problem is, this one isn't just crap. It's beyond crap. It's a waste of time. What they should have done, if they were smart, is taken Game Pass Standard, merged it with Game Pass Core. Game Pass Core is now £56 in the UK. Make it £65, right? Up it a little bit, but you got all of these games and Xbox Live and no day and date and all of this. And then, or even if they just made it £60 in the UK, right? £60 in the UK, you get all of this stuff, no day and date, no EA, no perks, no cloud, just maybe 200 games from Game Pass, nothing, no day and date games, but the monthly would go from $9.99 to $12.99. And there are people that are paying monthly for some odd weird reason, otherwise they wouldn't be telling you this, right? And then those people that are paying $12.99 getting bumped and ripped off will basically be paying it. But then you'll have 2 options. You'll have the Game Pass Core, which provides you with a decent chunk of the catalog. And then you have this side over here. We've got Moonlight Ace. Hello. I'm doing good, thanks. What's your question? What, the standard? Yeah, I mean, I agree. $20 is the one that everyone's going to go for because it's still the best deal in gaming. I'm a little weirded out that the US is paying more than the UK is, even after you guys pay. I assume you're from the US, by the way. If you're not, please do correct me. So, like us in the UK, we pay £70 for the game, right? 7 times 3 is 180. Sorry, 210. My maths is completely off. 3 hours sleep. I'm always going to defend myself with that for today. But Game Pass is £180 in the UK. So the cost of 3 AAA games, and I'm already in profit. In the US, you kind of have to pay for free. Even with your tax, it still doesn't make that $240. So I don't understand why it's a little high for the US. Oh no, they can't hear you. Let's fix that. Okay. They can hear you now.
Oh. Everybody think it's cheaper over here, but it's not.
You can hear him now though, right?
The inflation out here, everything costs a lot, so.
No, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so in that regard, I mean, standard to me just doesn't make sense to exist. And I think they should have just merged standard with core. But as Ardent has said, it's just there as a, hey, you could pick this one. It's totally crap. You should just go for the, the big dick one. Ultimate.
It's for people who don't want to spend all that money. They could just wait for those games to be going into that to not the Game Pass with $20, but for the Game Pass with the $15, they could just wait for Call of Duty to go on there.
Well, this is
That's what they might do.
What if Call of Duty never goes on standard? What if it is a case-by-case basis and certain titles, because of their prestige, never go there?
Then you got no option just to go to
Ultimate. But then,
Ultimate.
when did Game Pass turn up? like Game Pass came in, I think 2016, 2017, and
I think it's 2017.
yeah. So the whole creation of Game Pass was you got Game Pass, your games are day and date.
Yeah,
By introducing standard now, you've changed that complete narrative.
I
That
think it's
narrative
for
is
the.
gone.
I think it's for the cheaper people who don't want to spend that money. That's what I think.
Oh, it is. But why not merge standard with core?
I don't know. I think they're gonna get rid of it once people go to the $15 one. That's what they might do later on. But I don't know because I'm not a business person myself. I don't want to trade down company. So, but as a gamer, I look at it as the people really don't want to spend that much money because sometimes people be stingy with $20. But
Oh yeah.
I'll be telling people like I'll be looking at $20. That's nothing because if you want to get a haircut, it's like $50 just to get a haircut.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's crazy how you.
Man, I used to get like all sorts of cuts on my hair, and then one day I turned around to the missus and I said, "Hey, I bought you this haircutting set. All I want you to do is number 4 all over my head, and I save money all the time. It's great."
Yeah, because haircuts are getting expensive. Everything's getting expensive. So why do you want to? Some people want to save money, and some people want to don't care because that's their hobby, and they just want to spend money into it.
Brandon, I get that. I get that totally. But no,
Because I was
Moonlight, I agree. Sorry, you were saying?
what I was saying is like I heard a couple of people from PlayStation. They're saying PlayStation is better than Xbox with their PlayStation Plus because you only gotta do is pay $17. I'm like, it's not better because you don't get nothing from it. You're just getting old games and that's it.
Well, I mean, in my last stream, we already established I think PlayStation Plus Essentials is $80 compared to the new 75. Um, so you're paying more anyway for it.
Yeah.
Extras is I guess the medium tier, whereas premium is the one that's compared to ultimate.
Because how I look at Game Pass and then PlayStation, what is the better option for you as a gamer? Because games right now be costing $70 or $100 for certain things. Like for certain missions, you games what you buy don't cost like $100.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about it, if you buy 4 games for the for for this for the whole month, you buy 4 games. That's like if you buy like 70 games for seven, you pay. I messed up. You pay $70 for 4 games. That's $280 right there.
Yeah, you're
So
basically paying. You need to buy 3 games and a 3 AAA and 1 AA game to make up the price of Game Pass at the moment. Ultimate.
if you get Game Pass, you play all the new first parties, and you won't have to pay $280. Which one's better? And you could try different out games. That $20 sounds really good.
No, it's still a great deal. It's still a great deal. But what I think they should have done, right,
Yeah.
is this: instead of standard, they should have added a cloud tier instead. Instead of standard, I think they should have just added a cloud tier if they're really serious about cloud gaming, I think they should have done this. But this isn't their game. I don't think cloud domination is their game anymore.
They can't do cloud like that because they got two cloud services. They got one for the Xbox and one for Microsoft.
No, they can do this. You got the
Because
one in xCloud.
they can't use the Microsoft one because the US will not allow them to do that. So they got to use the Xbox one, and they not that advanced yet for the cloud.
I mean, xCloud is what's being used at the moment. You're talking about Azure Microsoft Services.
Yeah, if
That's,
they do
I
that,
mean,
it'll be way better.
um, that's pretty much what the xCloud is working on at the moment. But what I'm saying is, if you buy Ultimate, you get
Yeah.
cloud gaming built in. Instead of
Mhm.
standard, they should have just offered you a cloud version on its own. But they didn't do that. I bought Robocop and Hogwarts.
It's just a corporation just trying to get money out of you, basically. Either way, if you want to be cheap, you got the option. If you want to be really cheap, you got the option too. But the best price I think they got is the PC. The PC got the best price. It's more.
I mean, PC got a really good deal. Adam, it is a very good game. If you like old school kind of uh,
But
avatar
I
based
look at it.
graphics.
How I look at it is it's for the people who don't want to spend that much money. Basically,
No,
they don't
PC
want to
is
spend that
only for
$20.
PC,
Yeah.
right? So for someone like me who games on Xbox as well, this wouldn't work for me because then it would mean that I can't use my Xbox. They also don't have access to the cloud, so they're missing the cloud. They're also missing, you know, a certain chunk of the library because it's only a PC library
Yeah.
rather than the whole complete library. They're
Um.
all, and obviously when it comes to the £20 one, we're also still paying for internet access. They are not, and that's the big kicker here.
Oh, they made it like that. That's the thing. Both consoles you have to pay for internet. PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. PC doesn't do that because PC is their own market. They got no control over that. That's why they're trying to get into the PC market. They want a little bit of control, but the
I
PC people are
mean,
not
they
having
have
that.
some control, but and Microsoft tried years ago to try and monetize with Windows Live gaming,
It's not gonna work
and it failed hard. It failed hard.
because why you want to pay for internet and it's free? We don't got no choice because we on a console. We on their console. We own it, but it's not really ours because they control the servers.
Yep.
They could put what they want to put on there. It's not a PC. You could do whatever you want, and that's the limitations of a console to a PC. The PC is the better platform, but it's complicated because some people don't know how to.
I think we might have lost him. He might be going for a tunnel. But Brandon, I will double back on that by saying PC online is pretty good and has no, there's no issues there and it's free. Well, Midnight, I've got someone else waiting. If you are finished, and thank you very much for joining the show. I appreciate it.
All right, I'll see you later.
Take it easy, buddy. Honey, what's your question?
Nay.
Good lord,
I
that was
don't know.
loud.
I was enjoying that conversation and then I joined in and then realized why did I join in? but I stayed here anyway. By the way, I disagree on Core being a lot better because Core doesn't include Game Pass games, right? It just includes a selection.
Look, this is my channel. If I say it's better, it's better.
No, much better. Like I can't. I used to say that I wouldn't. I also would say that Game Pass was the best deal in gaming, and it still probably is. But with these price increases, unless you're playing enough games, it's not as it's not as good of a deal as it used to be. Like, if you're gaming all the time, it's still going to save you money. But if you're a very casual gamer, it might be best to just subscribe for the month that you're playing the game and then cancel it afterwards.
Yeah, I can see that, but that really depends, right? How long it takes you to
Yeah,
finish
as
the
I
game.
said, it really depends on the person, how often they play, what they play, what games they play. Like, but before I would have been like, oh, just leave it subscribed, and you're gonna get your money's worth, even if you play a few hours a week. A few hours a week per
Well,
month.
all you need to do, at least for us in the UK, is play free games, and you've made your
Yeah,
money
but not everyone is gonna play free games.
in one whole
Free
year.
full price title in one whole. Oh, in a year, yeah, in a month. No, that person was talking about a month.
I don't know. I'm saying like a full year
Yeah,
subscription to Game Pass.
yeah,
All
a
you need
full
to
year
do
is
in the
fine.
UK is play free games. That's it.
Free full price titles.
Yeah,
Because they're
play
going to
free
say add
games.
free full price full price titles. Because if you're playing just indie titles, then you'd need a lot more than free
Yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about
If
free AAA titles.
Yeah, free AAA titles. So if there's free AAA if there's free AAA titles that year that interest you, it's worth it.
Yep. The thing is, though, right now the cadence is on Microsoft to actually prove that this price increase is worth it.
Yeah, and
I think,
actually release those free AAA titles.
yeah. I mean, their cadence of one every quarter now has to land. They have to make sure
Yeah,
that this thing that they've decided to do actually sticks because now the pressure is on.
I agree. But no, I also agree that PlayStation Plus Premium is not worth it. Like I'm not going to I can't defend. Nobody can defend that.
I've seen
But
people
the
defending it.
Essentials versus Core, that's more comparable.
Yeah, the
I'm not
problem
going to say it's
with
better
Core,
because I don't think it is, but it's comparable.
I mean, Core gives you 25 games, and I think they rotate every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah,
The good thing with Essentials is that though they give you a select number every month, they kind of stay with your account indefinitely. So it's
yeah.
a give and take.
They never get you basically purchase them as long as you've got you're renting them permanently on your account as long as you've got Plus. As long as you pick them up, you always have them on your account.
Yep.
Which, by the way, still has its downsides sometimes though, because for some games where you've got the PlayStation 5 version for free, if
Mm-hmm.
you have claimed the Plus version of the game,
Yeah, Fun Fantasy 7.
it's then it's then not upgraded.
So I don't know
So
if any of you actually know this, but Square Enix and Sony got into a partnership to put Final Fantasy VII Remake onto PlayStation Plus. And everyone jumped for joy because they didn't have to buy it. And then, like 2 weeks later, they announced, "Hey, guess what? There's a PS5 version coming in like 2 weeks. Let's go!" And they said you couldn't upgrade. If you've bought the game physically or digitally, you can upgrade to
yeah,
the PS5 version for free. But if you downloaded the PS Plus version or the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII, you had to go out and buy it. It wouldn't upgrade.
yeah, I had that issue myself. Like I bought the physical version, because I bought it when it first came out. But then, like when the Plus version came out, like I kind of want to play it again, but I don't want to put the disc in. Blah blah blah. I thought I'll just download it like through Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had some issues upgrading because I decided to claim the free version, even though I already had the game. Yeah, that just out of convenience.
That'll
'Cause
be
I'm
$70,
lazy.
please.
I'm like, really, Square? I have the game in my hand.
Nope, that's still going to be
Uh,
$70.
yeah.
It's what you get for being a sugar cube licker.
Yeah. And also lazy. So,
You know what?
but no, that was an issue with Plus. So I can't say that Plus is flawless because it's got many, 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 many flaws. But yeah.
Do you know
And
what?
what? Sorry.
No, go on, go.
No,
Oh, I thought you
there
finished.
wasn't much more I was going to say. Pretty much.
I was going to say, Adam, Avowed is a game that I would be normally 50-50. I'm more into my JRPGs than I am Western RPGs. But the fact that it's on Game Pass means that I'm willing to give it more of a chance than I would do normally. I don't know if it would have been a day one purchase for me. It'd probably be more like I don't know, wait for a sale kind of thing. But the fact that it's on Game Pass means that I'm going to be there day one. And who knows, I could absolutely love it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, but basically that's any subscription service though that I'm talking about. Like, I will resub to Disney Plus once the new Agatha Harkness stuff comes out. Because I'm a huge fan of Marvel stuff, so I'll resub to Disney Plus when that comes out.
You're really looking
Like,
forward to Acolyte.
Sure, I think I saw a clip of that recently.
It changed your whole world, didn't it?
I mean, consider the fact I don't have many references of Star Wars, I guess. Like, people get annoyed because I've only ever seen the prequels and the new movies. So,
Jacob, that is something that they did it deliberately. The PS Plus version not upgrading to the PS5 version was deliberate.
yeah,
It
was a
wasn't a
program
bug.
inside, right?
Yeah, they actually programmed that in to prevent you from doing it so they could double dip with their consumers.
Yeah, it wasn't a bug.
Chille, you've been
Aw.
complimented. They're loving your neighing.
Yes, someone said earlier, big shout to Woodpit420 for saying Chille the sensible pony. Can I have that as a in-game Final Fantasy 14 title, please? I want to be called the sensible pony.
What about the quadruple A gamer?
Nah.
No.
Chille Metamorphosis is nearly complete. No, give me bigger hands and sure. Or make a smaller Xbox controller with the analog sticks in a different place. And sure.
I have a physical copy of The Crew, but since Ubisoft decided to shut the servers down, I can't even play the copy I own physically in my hand. Well, this is the thing. If the game is live service or always online, the disc is a coaster. Yeah. Having the disc means nothing. All it is that you've got a nice box that you can put on your bookcase. Any game that is always online or a live service, it's pointless owning the disc.
Yeah.
That will always be the case.
I just say, even if the game was live forever, it'll be kind of pointless to own the disc because there's going to be so many updates that disc version's not going to work anyway, really, without downloading all the updates. Like, that disc version is just, yeah.
I mean, it might work, but you're going to get like a really bad side. Like, I think it was, there's a X account called Does It Play?
Yeah.
And
a friend of mine has started a Twitch channel where he streams only games without patches.
Right, and some of them are just absolutely horrible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy was like, yeah, it's playable. You know, you have some graphical glitches. Some of the platforms don't load. You can fall through the floors. Stuff kill you without actually touching you. But it is playable, so it's going on our list. And I'm like, dude, that's not playable.
No.
My definition of what's playable is really different. Well, if Chille,
But I can't remember what YouTuber I watched, but I saw it on one of my feeds recently for World of Warcraft where someone found an original, the original battle chest that first came out when WoW first originally came out back in the
yeah,
day. He actually installed the original client of World of Warcraft and see if he could log in with his account with the original installer and everything.
nice.
It didn't work, but still, it was kind of funny seeing him try to get in.
Jakob says, well, if Chille, some people say, what is wrong with you? When I say is that I'd never watched Game of Thrones, so
Hey, same. I don't watch much TV. Even though I pay my TV license. I'll be honest, I mainly pay my TV license. What is it, £150 a year, £160 a year now? Can't remember. To watch Doctor Who. If I'm completely honest, I pay 160 quid a year just to watch Doctor Who. Now that's a scam.
it is. I get a feeling Division 1 will be shut down when Division 3 comes out, over 2 to 4 years from now. I don't know, Byron. It's still making money from what I've heard. And as long as it makes money and it's profitable to keep open, they will keep it open.
Yeah.
But this Brad Sams is a weird one. My dude went to the internet crying about a £2 price hike. He's a business owner. My dude is swimming in money. And he's crying about a £2 price hike.
Can I give our spoilers on the world. The reason why he's rich and swimming in money because he doesn't spend any money. That's why. The reason why we're poor and not swimming in money is because we spend money.
That is a really bad spoiler alert. You just ruined the ending for me.
Just ruined life for everyone. I'm sorry.
You ruined everything. But yeah, I think that dude was just going way too crazy. But yeah, so I think standard shouldn't exist. That's my opinion here. I don't think. I know why it exists. I don't think it should exist. I think it should just be a way. But it's there as a marketing gimmick to push more people to Ultimate. But ultimately, the reason why they haven't released the cloud tier, and this is just my opinion, and you guys can chime in as you want to, you as well, Chille, when you feel like there's a need. But the reason we don't have a cloud gaming option on its own, and the standard one exists, is to increase the sales of physical games. For those people that don't want to get Ultimate, and they just want to dabble into Game Pass and something, this will potentially get those people that are on cloud without a cloud only option. Instead of paying $20, they may end up actually going and buying a console to play the game. It feels like it's a double-edged thing where it's kind of pushing people, one, to Game Pass, two, to the console from the cloud sphere, and three, kind of those that are just landing on standard, realizing that it's a shit service and going to Ultimate anyway.
Plus, in my opinion, it'd be very awkward to try and price out an xCloud service. You either, but you don't want it to be too expensive. If it's just xCloud and that's all it gives, like xCloud Game Pass, that's all the service gives. It's going to be very hard to price it in between Core and Ultimate. If you don't want, I guess, but like you also then got to worry about people who, £10 would be okay actually. Yeah. Because I'm just thinking, like, if you price it too low, then people who have Core will then complain the fact that they don't have xCloud included with theirs. But if you price it too high, then there's no point getting it because you might as well just get Ultimate.
Yep.
So,
but that's the marketing
having
point.
the cloud only service is kind of like screwy. Same with the standard though. Standard is stupid.
Yeah, standard just doesn't make sense. Standard is there just to get you to buy Ultimate. Standard is there just a thing. But you know what I've seen. What I've seen a lot of people saying is, "Oh, they got rid of core console, and now people have to pay from $10.99 a month to $19.99 a month," and that's not true, right? That's not true. There's a
Woodpit
little
said,
truth to it.
"Why?" Woodpit just said, "Why didn't they just keep gold?" It's because gold has a different service name. By getting rid of gold and moving it to Game Pass Core, you can then account all the users under Game Pass under the umbrella of that title. So
Uh,
therefore, you can boost up the
you'd
monthly usement users.
no, you'd think that, but they don't count Game Pass Core in the Game Pass
Okay,
numbers. They don't
well
actually
they
count
should
them.
because that's basically the whole reason for doing it, in my
I
opinion.
know, but they don't do it. They
Uh,
count PC
that is,
Game Pass. They count console Game
yeah.
Pass. They count Ultimate, but they don't count Core. Because if they counted Core, when Sarah Bond said that there was 34 million subscribers, it would have been 45 million subscribers. Because there's 11 million Core subscribers alone.
Look, Brian. Brian says at least here's when we're bad and JTech and King Trash combined. I don't know who those people are really, but my view is always I've
Trust me,
enjoyed
that's
Sony
a compliment.
products, and if Microsoft does better, that means that Sony has to do better as well. And I would rather Microsoft be around and improve, and Sony then improve, than neither company grow. I would rather both companies grow at the same pace, so that as a consumer we get everything that we want. That's
Woodpit,
my
they do
view
not.
on. I would rather we have both a healthy Microsoft and a healthy Sony, and Nintendo is in the corner there because they exist.
The reason why they don't count Game Pass Core is because ultimately it's a completely different service. And that's why it makes sense not to count it. Because unlike the other Game Pass offerings, console, Ultimate, and PC, they offer a very, very similar service. They're all kind of part of the same family, interchangeable. Core is not. Core is gold. It's a completely and utterly different service.
But then that just really confuses consumers because
Welcome
then
to
it's
Microsoft! You're gonna
well,
fit right in, buddy.
to most. Welcome to most tech companies. So he's not actual pony. No, trust me, I can go full pony if you want. I just don't want to on Chaos's stream.
Oh, he is an
I
actual pony.
yeah, I'm just polite on streams.
He is. I mean, if you go to his streams, he's wearing the whole pony helmet. He's
Yeah,
neighing.
yeah, I've got,
He's on all
yeah,
fours. He's actually eating hay off the stuff. He has blocks of cube right next to him where he's like.
I look, ponies like salt, right? Ponies have salt licks. I have a pot of salt in front of me as we speak. It's right here. I don't know if you can hear it. I've got a pot of salt. There you go. That's my salt lick.
So, yeah, he goes hardcore on his streams. You guys should definitely go check
Yeah.
out Moogle Go Around Radio because
By the
when you
way,
do see him,
wish me
go on.
wish me luck.
What's going on?
What's great. But I normally stream tonight, but I took the tonight off so I could chill. So, but I saw you chatting, and I thought I'd jump in. But Frosty is looking for people to do the world first race as a volunteer
No
for 14.
way.
So I've applied.
Nice.
So if you want to apply too, yeah, I thought, you know what, I don't really have any experience in that, but yeah, shoot your shot, as I said on Twitter.
Yeah,
So
I don't
I've
think I have the
applied
time.
to
That's a huge undertaking.
well, it's a volunteer, so I doubt we'll get that much time, like maybe a couple of hours.
That's what
So
Destin
we'll see.
said when he was a streamer. Was saying I have to calculate a calculus to decide which subscription to choose. Well, this is the thing, right? And this is something that Piers, I'm not even remembering his name. Paris. So I'm tired. I've had 3 hours sleep. I'm still going to use that as a defense for the whole night. But it's what Paris said, right? The messaging from Xbox is bad. And I agree. For 5, 6, 7 years, you've said games are day and date Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, you got day and date. Now that is no longer the case. And really, they should have come out with this and said why. And in my honest opinion, they should just not have had standard entirely and just left it as you've got Game Pass Core, which gives you internet, right? Happy days. And you got Ultimate and you got PC. That's it. Those are all that were needed. But they decided that they're going to complicate things with standard because a bean pusher within the board decided, hey, if we have this at $14.99, it's going to be a good carrot for them to go to $19.99 and get games like Avowed, Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, part of the service for an extra $5 a month. Now, what is 5 times 12, Chille?
Is it 60?
It is.
Yay!
You see? It took him a while. But all that salt licking is finally paying off. But think of it this way. If you're paying all that money for Game Pass Standard for an extra $60 a year, you can get Call of Duty, you can get Indiana Jones, you can get Avowed, you can get Replaced, you can get Dungeons of Hinterberg, you've got Diablo 4, you've got all of these games for an extra $60 a year. That sounds really enticing now, doesn't it? And that's what this standard is all about. It's a marketing ploy to push you to Ultimate. That's it. It's an entry door to get you in. Now, if they left it at $10.99 or $9.99, upgrading, paying an extra $10 to upgrade, that now becomes $120 to make that leap a year. People think twice about that. But when you turn around and say, hey, for $60, you get like 4 or 5 AAA games that would normally cost you like $350, the carrot there is way nicer. Hey, this is Chaos talking! Just because I'm tired, don't mistake me for the salt liquor.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not me speaking right now.
Or is it? But it's. I think this is what people should be talking about: the existence of standard, not the price hike. The price hike is within inflation rates. It's within the price. I mean, EA Play has doubled in price, right? That's going to have a huge impact on the licensing costs of Microsoft. EA decided that they're going to double their price for EA Access. So, not expecting a price seems a little stupid. Microsoft needs to pay some professional company to do their marketing. I mean, at this point, my kid could do better marketing than they could. All you have to do is go and post a few things on Twitter and you're already ahead. Bringing back Jak and Daxter is the only way I would purchase a PlayStation. There you go, Chille. If you bring back Jak and Daxter, you've got yourself a customer.
Now, do you mean original Jak and Daxter, or do you mean edgy Jak and Daxter? Because remember, Jak 3 went into the GTA style gameplay, right? Where it became more edgy. Do you want original Jak and Daxter, or do you want edgelord Jak and Daxter? No, trust me, I like Jak and Daxter was a good franchise, so good choice. Think we lost. Did we lost Chaos?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I was just reading the chat.
Okay.
Big Mad Mo says, no big deal. Standard if you don't want day and date. Ultimate if you want day and date. Core if you want internet. Simple. But for 7 years, they said Game Pass is day and date. That's where it breaks. And their messaging just continues to go wayward. And I think they just need to fix that. At some
They
point,
just need,
they just need to.
and it's just confusing.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, if we're looking at this, right? What Destin said, right? Almost as crazy as getting access to over 100 high quality games for only $11.99 a month on PC Game Pass, but not the $9.99 core Game Pass bundle. And for Game Pass standard on consoles, you don't get day one games for $14.99 per month, but with Ultimate at $19.99 a month for new customers, you get day one games, but existing subs only pay $10.99 a month.
But that is kind of weird in my opinion, because one of the things they want to do is get more customers. By doing this, they're making people that aren't customers not want to subscribe because they have to pay double the price. Like, I understand the legacy price. I mentioned legacy stuff before. Like, I understand having a legacy tier because of the fact that you want to reward
Early
existing
adopters.
subscribers by, yeah. But like, what is that, like almost a $10 increase?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not legacy pricing. That's scammy pricing.
I mean, $10 is pretty cheap.
It might be cheap, but it's still not great for a new consumer coming into your company and then their
No, I
friend
get
already
it.
has.
But to expect games like Call of Duty,
Yeah, I'm just saying the fact that if your friend already has Game Pass, and you finally get your Xbox because you finally decided to pick one up, and then
Mhm.
you have to pay double the price your friend is paying, you're not going
how
to
much are
feel
you paying?
very.
How much are you paying for? If you was to go and get GeForce now, how much are you paying?
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know actually what tier
The highest tier.
we're talking about confusing. Because I cancelled mine, so I don't have Founders anymore. I used to have Founders,
Right.
but I never used it, so it was
But if you was to sign up to it right now, how much would it
20,
cost?
20.
20. So how much is it for 6 months?
$99.99.
Okay. I'm paying, I think it's £83. Or is it
Yeah,
£73 as a founder?
yeah.
I'm paying almost £30 less than you for the 6 months. It's the same thing. If you are an early adopter and have been part of the system, you will have benefited. And this is the part that I don't get. Why are people
I
now
guess it's
coming
kind of
out
like
of the
my
caves?
I guess it's kind of like my phone contract right now, because they're like, your phone contract is over. Do you want to like my mobile phone contract? They're like, your mobile phone contract is over. Do you want to change your phone contract over to a new one? And I looked at the deals and like, oh, you can get 40 gig for £35 a month. And I'm like, but I'm currently paying £23 a month and I get 250 gig. Why would I switch to that? No, no, I'll stay off contract and pay my £23 a month. Thanks.
Yeah. But like the point I'm making here is
Sorry.
you're seeing a bunch of people out there right now crying that, oh, core is gone, console is gone, and I can't get it anymore. Well, you had 7 years to get it. And you decided that you didn't want it for 7 years. And after 7 years, when it's finally gone, then it struck a chord that you should get it.
Welcome to everyone on the internet.
It's just fake rage. And I'm seeing like King Trash crying about this and trying to make it a big
Wait, is that
deal.
his real name?
Yes, that's what it's called on
Oh,
the internet.
I thought they were just insulting them.
No. He called himself King Fresh, as in fresh, for who knows what reason.
Okay.
But he's also the
Okay,
person
never
that you
mind.
read online that just was complaining that you can't land on a gas joint.
Sorry.
He was also the person that during my interaction with him 2 days ago, where he couldn't tell the difference between a pound sign and a dollar sign, and he actually thinks the pound sign might be a euro sign.
Okay, I can't insult him for that. I have seen quite a few people get confused with different currency symbols. Now, pound and euro, it's a bit. They're both big. I don't know.
They are different.
I can't judge him for that. I'm
I
sorry.
Anyone that gets it
I
wrong,
can't.
I am judging you hard. By the way, Sin, I've
No,
sent you a DM on Twitter. Please have a look at it and let me know via the
I
DM.
can't judge. Sorry, I just can't judge someone that gets a pound and a euro. A pound and a dollar, sure. But a pound and euro, if you're, I don't know, if you're not used to seeing different. If does he live in America?
Are you trying to
Is
say
he
Americans are
American?
dumb?
No, it's just the fact that they don't really go outside their country.
I'm joking, by the
Like,
way.
yeah.
What
Americans,
is-
I'm not calling you dumb, but most Americans, because of how big America is and because of the cost of travel, don't really visit anywhere outside of the America because the cost of travel is just so high. That and most of you don't have passports, so that also doesn't help with that. So I can understand why an American might get confused at like 2 a.m. in the morning and they're not paying attention and they're just looking at the chat.
And here's the thing, right? As Big Mad Mo actually says, based on the statistics that Microsoft released not too long ago, around 85 to 90% of all Game Pass users are on Ultimate. No one really was
Mm.
on console. But here's the thing: if you are a console user, right? Let's say you, Chille, had Game Pass console, and now it's gone.
Okay.
Oh no, what's
Yep.
going to happen? Are they going to cancel your subscription and make it go away and screw you over? No, Microsoft is saying as long as you don't lapse your subscription, you can use that as long as you want. If you are an
Which is
existing
nice.
customer, you keep that $10.99. It's only for new customers who didn't care before, so they shouldn't care now.
Yeah, as Woodford said, if we had a bunch more countries near us, we'd probably travel. But America is so big, it's basically traveling to another country inside itself. But yeah, no, I agree. On your point. Like if if you already have console and you keep console, yeah, just don't get standard.
2026 last, and Microsoft is making a console in 2026. Whether that's going to be the last one, I doubt it. I think there'll be one more after that before they potentially try to transition away.
I think we have no. I think for both Sony and Sony and Microsoft, the next two gens are probably going to be the last ones.
Oh no, what did Gaz do? Hey, Chaos, Standard is kind of clever and manipulative because if new games appear in 9 to 12 months, FOMO might drive them to Ultimate or buy the games outright. It's exactly what I've been saying, folks. That's the play here, right? They've priced it in such a stupid way where it literally makes no sense to be on this service. For $60 a year extra, you can get Ultimate and it gives you access to EA Play games, discounts in the store, xCloud, and a bunch of other stuff, even on, gaming on PC. And for $5 more, you are getting the wealth of extras. It's a very, very manipulative thing. He acts like a child, but it does get him the clicks and the views and the numbers. And ultimately, that's what people want. I'm not like that. I can't be like that. The US citizens, at least the younger people, are just more. I'm not even going to finish that. What did he say? No, no. But then you got this, right? Your favorite people. Your favorite. I mean, Gaz just likes to troll. Sometimes he trolls a little too hard, but he just likes to troll. I'd say even less than that, Brian. According to chat's favorite, Tom Warren, newsletter source, the one behind the paywall, Microsoft is to change its strategy for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Also, will stop progressively promoting in certain markets and focus on Xbox Game Pass, PC, cloud gaming, and controllers. What do you think of that?
Wait. See, that confuses. That's more confusing than Microsoft marketing, because I thought currently Microsoft marketing was focusing on Game Pass, um, PC gaming, and controllers, because they barely promote their own games as it is without it being Game Pass. So that doesn't make much sense,
I mean, this is Tom
at least to
Warren.
me anyway. And anything that they promote is always like play first on Game Pass, or now on Game Pass, or this is Game Pass. Like their marketing strategy for Middle East, Africa, and Europe is the fact that they're going to have a marketing strategy. Hopefully that's the change. The fact that now they're going to have one.
Is that true? GameFly subscription is $26 for 2 games a week or a month. That's crazy. But yeah, this is Tom Warren who's made this post. But you know what? There's a sneaky little pony in here that made a comment. I saw it. He thought I wouldn't see it.
I don't think it was me. I don't think I made a comment.
It's an even bigger pony. But I'm not funny anymore. That's a lot of comments. That's like a really lot of comments. I do like how most people are saying, no, he's removed it. How dare he? He removed it. He knew I was going to expose him. Chat, no. I should have kept it there. Arthur, you are lucky.
You should have bookmarked it.
I know.
Wait, no, can't you go to Arthur's Twitter and then go to his replies and then view it that way?
Oh, wait, it's not here. It's here. Apparently, they're abandoning Europe.
I mean, they would have to go to Europe to abandon it in the first place.
That's what I said. I think the only time they went to Europe was to stop Jim Ryan from convincing Brussels and the CMA to not listen to Jim Ryan.
Maybe, yeah. So.
I am not a sneaky pony, Jamala.
Shout out to Arthur1 in chat.
New members can get core. New members can get core, standard from September, and ultimate, and PC Game Pass.
So you could, couldn't you jump into console now before it goes away if you really cared?
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
It's gone.
Was there any like cards that sold it that maybe you could try and get in through that way?
Maybe? I haven't seen them. But apparently they exist somewhere. But it's only for existing customers. If you try to use it, it probably won't work. Now, I saw this clip. And it's from Boom and See Money. And Astro says, just when you thought the what's better, your piece of plastic or mine was bad, we now have that, but with the subscription services. I haven't seen this, and I thought we could go through it and see what Boom and See Money is saying, because it could be fun and interesting, right, chat? No point to console at all? What do you mean, no point to console? There's every reason to own an Xbox. It looks
No,
nice.
I think he means.
Oh,
I think
know
he
what
means
it
the
means.
service.
I know.
Okay.
But my brain is really slow at the moment, and it is computing extremely slowly. So as the words are coming out of my mouth, my brain is trying to keep up with it. And it's doing a good job so far, especially with my third
Hey.
can of Red Bull. So it's working. But yeah. My Xbox is cheaper than a PC. It is. I know, Big Mad Mo. I know. There's nothing that can change us. What we need to do is convert Chille to become a bot. That's what
I'm
we need to
good.
do.
I'm good where I am.
Look, you're saying that now, right? Chat, he says that now, yeah? He says that now. But the moment the T1000 and the T800 land on planet Earth and they're looking for ponies, my dude is going to have that neon light saying, I'm a bot.
Now I'm dead.
No ponies here. I'm a bot.
I'm
along. Ponies that way. That's what it's going to be.
To be fair, they'd have to come to my town and they would probably just rust.
You know what? They have their pony detectors. They'll find you.
No, they would get here and the sea air would just rust their systems, and then they would just realize that this place is completely dead and then leave because they'll realize that nobody is here.
But I do think, like, when you see news like this, that you know it's going to create a shitstorm, right? This one is. The Game Pass one is just a bunch of people crying and, moaning about something that ultimately shouldn't be anything to moan about, because subscription prices will always increase. And the subscription price that's now increased will gain Microsoft roughly about $66 million a month. Or is it $60 million a month? It's crazy, right? But that's what it's going to gain them. So we're talking like almost, we're talking over 700 million a year. So that price increase pays for about 5 games. And it covers the studios, from bad sales or whatever, for 5 games. It's and that money gets reinvested into the service. Well, at least you'd hope it does anyway. But this over here,
I'm sure most of the money gets reinvested into the service. I'm sure some of it gets put aside to other things because, like, it's smart to not put everything in one basket. I'm going to go back to the Fantasy 14 sub where, although a lot of the money goes back into Final Fantasy 14, the money actually goes to Square, and then some of it is then split off to other titles.
It is, yeah.
Some people don't like that, but that's how it works.
Okay, explain this like a 2-year-old. Game Pass price hike will only apply to new subscribers. Right now, this second, the price hike will only apply to new subscribers. As of September the 12th, the price hike will apply to existing customers as well. So existing customers don't see any price increase until September 12th. For now, it's the same as you are. So July, August, same price. September the 12th and onwards is when that change comes into effect. If you are a new customer, these changes are in effect with immediate effect. Hopefully that is as clear as possible. But this one over here, Xbox News for Koreans. This is one of the Twitter accounts I follow because I think this dude is like the only Korean out there that actually likes Xbox. So I had to show my support. And he goes, "This is the problem with Xbox that I always say. It's natural to change your strategy when you're not performing well in a certain region. But that's only if you've made an effort and investment in that region." It's like the saying, no one buys JRPGs on Xbox. Well, if you don't release any, they're not going to buy any. It's like my kids over at my other YouTube channel, Chaos Lounge Gaming. They started posting game footage for a game called Wuthering Waves. I don't know if any of you have played this, but this is actually relevant to what I'm talking about. This isn't just a shameless plug, although you should probably go and subscribe and watch their videos and actually support them because they're teenagers and they're trying it out. And if you don't, it pretty much looks bad on you. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Maybe hit the like button while you're there.
And
Leave a
subscribe.
comment.
But when they released their first few videos, because it was different to what I was covering there, their views were like 100 views, 50 views, 80 views. And by the third or fourth video, now they're at 1,000 views. And so the more you release and the more you invest and the more you push, the more the algorithm will pick up and actually grow what you're showing because it's seeing the interest. The video games industry is exactly the same. The first JRPG might not do so well, and you've just got to swallow that failure and release again and again. Like in the 360 era, they were booming. Then in the Xbox One era, they decided that they didn't want to have anything to do with JRPGs. But if you want JRPGs to succeed, you kind of need a steady flow of them so people can actually start to invest in them and play them. They might not like one or might not even hear of one. But if you've got like 10 of them out, one of them is going to do well. And all it takes is that one to ignite people to go and try it out, enjoy it, and play more. So, you kind of need to invest. And it's like even in Japan. Microsoft's investment in Japan was non-existent. Their investment in Europe is non-existent. If you want to perform well in areas, you have to invest. And they weren't. But that's only if you've made the effort and investment in that region. Outside of the US, Microsoft has never made a significant effort or investment. Just to give you a crazy statistic, have any of you heard of a game? Now, this is a really, really far-fetched game, and some of you may not have heard of it, and I wouldn't blame you for not. But I'm going to assume at least a few of you will have heard of this game. Maybe even you, Chille. It's a game.
I'm excited to find
out. There's two games that are relevant to this. One of them is called Fallout 3, and the other one is called Fallout 4. You might not have heard of it, but I'm hoping that some of you have heard of at least Fallout 4.
I remember was it? I think it was Fallout 4. I tried to buy. By the way, this is a funny private personal story. It was when Game Station was still around. I think it was Fallout 4 when Game Station was still around. And I tried to buy Fallout 4 and they refused to sell me it without ID, even though I'm like in my 20s. So I walked over the road and bought it from Game instead.
Gorsey has actually heard of Fallout 76, but not Fallout 4. Oh. But did you know that the Koreans, up until recently, couldn't buy Fallout 4 in Korea? It was just not available to buy on Xbox.
I mean, I'm not shocked. I should be.
You're supposed to do it right. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. Not really.
No, I'm not really that shocked, if I'm honest. Mainly because of the themes of the game and the Korea.
But no, not north, south.
Yeah.
they didn't get it. And it wasn't until recently that they actually got it, and they were overjoyed that they finally got it. They've been trying to get it for years. But this is the type of problem that you have. There's no investment in those countries. If you want your product to grow, you have to invest. And it bewilders me that they don't. You can't get big results with little effort. After all, video games are a commodity that needs to be consistently reminded of its existence. Otherwise, people won't feel the need to play your game. No matter how cheap it is, no matter how good the game is, people won't be interested in your game because of that alone. Microsoft needs to promote Xbox and Game Pass at least 10 times more than they do now. And I fully agree with this person. I do. I 100% agree with them. They just need to do better in that department. Leafstorm, yes, I bought Trails of the Sky to play on my Steam Deck.
So what you're just saying is they really need to get good.
Yeah. Like, I know this morning I was called a bootlicker for Xbox. Apparently, I never say anything negative about Xbox. I don't
Yep,
call
I
them
can
out.
confirm that. Yep.
I never called Xbox out at all. I don't, demand better from Xbox. I don't demand more from Xbox. All I apparently do is bash Sony and, criticize Sony and humiliate Sony, but I never say anything bad about Xbox. And that's what
It's
I was
why you
accused
have
of
me on the
today.
show.
And for checks and balances, right?
Ah. Seriously, thank you for putting me up with on the show. Thank you to the chat for putting up with me as well.
It's a nice
I always
dynamic.
enjoy coming on here.
See, you're pro Sony. So it's literally like you versus everyone else. It actually gives me a chance to win this time.
But I enjoy it. So
But
it's nice.
what I'm saying is, I feel like I'm fair. I don't. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I am more pro Xbox. I have been since the OG Xbox. When the original Xbox came out, I was super hyped. I saw Halo. That's it. I was gone. Like the moment I saw that was like my supercomputer. That was it. I got home with my Xbox, plugged in Halo, and I never looked back. That was like my console, and I've been pro Xbox ever since. Even in their roughest times, and even at the times when literally they were at their lowest, I would still defend them. I would call them out. I would say the shit that they're doing wrong, but I'd still be there. I'd still be supporting them. Just like I support Manchester United, even though they're a pile of shit at the moment. You ride the good with the good and the bad with the bad. We still need a new manager. I know, buddy. I do see it and I appreciate it. Hey, it's Rugdale. Got my OG Xbox from Blockbuster. Nice. But sounds like Microsoft is giving up on Xbox consoles in Europe and Japan, going to focus. I mean, that's what Tom Warren said, Stephen. I wouldn't take anything he says with any concrete news. I just don't like the guy, so I'm not gonna believe anything he says. If someone else came out with it that's not Jason Schreier, then I'll probably believe it too. But as long as it's him saying it, I'd love to have him on the show one day just to have it out with him in a respectful manner. But he'd never accept my invite. Plantation console owners never questioned their masters about anything. They just dutifully bootlick. I mean, I saw someone today, right? Hey, Bold Alpha, and Chille, this is going to blow your mind. And I don't really want to name and shame them because they're actually someone I know, and regardless of that, but they actually started tagging the CMA and the FTC for the price increases.
Wow.
They actually started to tag the FTC and the CMA, Lena Khan as well, for the £2 price increase. Like when you've hit that low, and that is your, I got this, folks. At that point, you kind of have to start to worry what the hell they're doing.
Oh.
By the way, Madmo, it is called football. It actually
we're not
isn't.
talking about. We're not talking about hand egg.
Yeah, we don't talk about hand egg ball. You watched the
Just hand
latest
egg.
Concord trailer and came out today yet? I haven't. I actually wanted to. Let's check that out. Funny story with that one, actually.
That must be doing really badly, right?
I think Sony did a fantastic decision today. It's really funny, right, Chille? Because Sony's marketing team contacted me about 4 days ago and asked me, "Hey, would you like a code, the beta code, if you haven't pre-ordered the game, to jump in and showcase it on your channel?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure, why not?" And they said, we'll give you a PS5 version and a PC version. And they said, we know you've got a Steam Deck, so maybe you can try and see how it runs on the Steam Deck and give an impression. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
Right? I said okay. And then Sony today announced, "Hey, we're giving everyone that's on PS5 early access for you, buddies." And then I got the codes today, and I don't think that was communicated with anyone from their marketing side. I think the heads of Sony just decided that this game has got really bad reception right now. Let's get as many people into this as possible. And
it's a beta. The smartest thing is to get as many players testing it.
No, it was a smart move.
You can see.
Get your team on board.
It's a dumb.
Yeah. Get your team on board. They didn't even know about it. It's like, get your team on board. But it's nice that they offered. So on tomorrow, I'll probably sit down on Twitch and give it a try. For those of you that want to come and hang out and check it out and see what it's like.
Maybe I'll download it and join you.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't looking forward to it because I joke because I look forward to it kind of because of Overwatch.
But they've asked me to check it out. So
okay.
Sony, all jokes aside, Sony has been really nice with me, even though I shit on them a lot and troll them a lot and troll their fans. At least when it comes to me talking about their games, I'm sincere with that. I enjoyed Stellar Blade. I think Spider-Man 2 is overrated. But I'm sincere with the scores I give their games. If it's good, I will say it's good. If it's worth your time, I will say it's worth your time. If it's not worth your time, I would say, based on my opinion, it's not worth your time. Like, for example, Stellar Blade at the moment, I'm really enjoying. And I think it's a really good game. I think the only issue I have with it is the difficulty, is the input latency, which is a real problem, which apparently goes away if you have VRR enabled on your TV, but my TV isn't VRR supportive. So I have input latency,
anyone
which
that doesn't
causes
know
me a lot
that
of problems.
Stands for
variable refresh
if anyone
rate.
doesn't know VRR, it's variable rate refresh rate.
And so for me, it goes to like an 8 out of 10, 8.5. Spider-Man 2, when I played that, the final third of the game is phenomenal. The final third is amazing. But it covers up the first 2/3 of the game, which are insanely bland. But when you have like a poor start and a good finish, So it
Yeah.
kind of clouds your judgment because you kind of finish on that really high dopamine. And so when you go to write your review, you've got that kind of high dopamine, high octane, really positive view at the end.
But then you also have the downside of the fact that if you do have a poor start, if you have a good start but poor ending, well, no, if you go the other way around, if you have a poor start, there's a huge chance that you're not going to play through the start of it either. Like, there's downsides.
How about just having a balanced game all the way through? Have a
Yeah,
good
just be
start,
good all the way through.
good middle, and a super ending.
Yeah.
So, originally I gave my Spider-Man review a 9 out of 10. In hindsight, I think it's an 8 out of 10. I don't think it deserves a 9. But I'm honest, so that's why they continue to give me codes. In contrast, Microsoft has refused me at every step of the way. Just to
That's a shame.
Hey there,
just to give a massive contrast between the two. I cover Xbox, I promote Xbox. They refuse to even acknowledge me half the time. The one that I bash shit all over is trying to win my loyalty with free codes. Hey, Wayne's World. All right, I think this is the trailer that they were talking about. So let's have a look at it, see what it's like. I think. Sorry about that quick monologue, but yeah, it is what it is.
You monster. How dare you have opinions?
Mate, I turned around and told someone today, it's okay, I'm right. I'm usually always right, especially with things like this. And they got so wound up. You're
By
too
the way, I'm crafting on 14. And I'm proud of myself. I made my own macro.
Send it to me.
I didn't use yeah. No, you don't want my macro because the fact that I haven't done my job skills, so it made the macros harder. So yeah.
Well, send me ones at work. You're too positive towards Microsoft. You need to be more negative, like IGN and Metro. God damn it! That pixel was missing out of Starfield. One pixel.
It was only 29.8 frames per second.
It was still missing that pixel, though. Not even a frame. That pixel. All the way in that planet that you can't access, I saw it.
It was at 28.9 frame rate. I'm sorry. That's what.
It wasn't that pixel on your screen. Oh, good, good. Can't you get?
Well, you know what?
Help?
Hopefully, we won't have dead pixels. Concord.
What's that? What's that for, Wayne's World? Oh, you mean my Xbox account? I'm trying all avenues at the moment, trying to see if I can get my access to my account back. The last message I've got from Xbox personally, and Sin, if you are still in chat, please check out your Discord DM. Not Discord, Twitter DMs. The last message I got back from Xbox support is your account will remain in your control, not managed by BT. That's all they said. That's like, it will happen. I don't care what. I mean, if it does, great. If it doesn't, hello, PC. All right, let's check this out. Hey, Julia, how's it going? Microsoft marketing seems to actively diminish the brand's reputation more than they actually promote it, it seems. Well, you see, Julia, it's okay. I used to think like that, and I still do think like that to a certain degree. And, from an outlooker's point of view, everything they're doing is pushing them away from the console. And you would agree with that, right, Chille?
Yeah.
Right.
with the advertisement for TV services and
Right.
cloud gaming, and like
Right.
it pushes people away. It's why I still wish that Series S was promoted. If it was, if I know everyone jokes about the Series S being a lot worse than the Series X, but if they had promoted Series S as a cloud-based system, I think it would be much better than it is as it is currently.
See, right now, this is my way of thinking.
I might be wrong, but that's my view on it. Sorry.
This is
carry on.
my thinking, right? They're pushing people to the cloud. They want you to sign up to a year's worth of Game Pass so you can play it on your TV or on your browser or on your device with the xCloud system. And then you play xCloud and you realize that it's really not a good experience. But you really like the games. When xCloud isn't busy, you get a Series X experience. If it's busy, you get a Series S experience. The difference between the two is night and day. If you're constantly getting that Series S experience, you might say to us, what they're hoping you're going to say is, do you know what? I really like this game and I really like the way it is. I don't really want to go and spend £1,000 now on a PC or 1,500 on a good gaming PC. But you know what? I could probably go and get like a second-hand Xbox Series X for 350 quid and stick that under my TV and actually get a native experience with better performance. I think that's where it's going. I think that's their game. I think that's what, in a really weird mental gymnastics, I think that's what they're doing. They're still trying to reach those countries that don't have console support. So having cloud support enables them to play. Because almost everywhere has a Microsoft account. So they don't have to worry about
Yeah.
it. It's not like PSN where only 4 countries in the whole world have access to it. Microsoft is global. They have their accounts everywhere. So they don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I know. Shots fired. Who cares? But for those that do have console options, if they actually enjoy the gaming side of things, that's a perfect segue in for them to buy the console. What's your thoughts on that? Brick, they are. That is indeed correct. Unrelated question. Before we watch Concord. Do you guys think some Xbox games would go to VR with Meta working with Xbox? Yeah. I'd like to see that. I'd actually like to see some, Xbox IPs go to VR, personally. Back. But I'm a VR fan, right? I like VR. I just don't think people have invested into VR. The best game right now for VR, and probably will be for the next 5-10 years, is Half-Life Alyx. That game is beautiful. It plays well. It looks great. It's just an all-round fantastic experience. It's the best single-player game you can play right now. That is VR. That's tailored for VR. I want to see more games of that caliber that are first party from Microsoft and from Sony. That will push VR immensely. But Sony clearly have decided that they've got no interest. But if Microsoft's partnership with Meta can allow this to happen and you can actually get native games built specifically for VR, I'm all for it. Starfield VR would be cool. Or, we could bring back V Rally Racing, VR Rally. Is it V Rally from PS1? Where the slightest touch on a pixel would send your car flipping. Imagine that in VR. Whoa, 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 whoa. That'd be great. Oh, what happened to Wayne's World? I missed it. I did manage to get a new job. Start tomorrow. I'm going to be a scaffolder at. Nice, dude. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Just bought Half-Life Alyx on Steam for $20. Gonna play it on MetaQuest 3. Dude, you are going to love it. You are going to absolutely love it. Wipeout with VR? Yeah. Be so good. All right. Let's check this out.
Hey there, Free Gunners, it's Bethany from Firewalk.
Hi,
I'm
Bethany.
so excited to be able to share with you that our beta early access weekend starts July 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific. I know that you've all been wanting a lot more information, and guess what? We're here today to dig into it. So let's get started. All 16 of our Free Gunners will be unlocked and available to play when the servers go live. So whether you want to lock down an area, snipe from afar, or bulldoze your way right into the fight, our roster of mystics, medics, gunslingers, and a tidy robot will offer you an array of playstyles and gunplay. It's been a minute since you've seen our Free Gunners, so our first 2 vignettes will also be available, which will introduce you to our characters and let you get to know them a little bit more. You'll also be introduced to something the team has been very eager to show you: variants. Variants put a unique spin on our characters by introducing modifiers to their skills and loadouts with combat traits. During the beta, you'll be able to unlock variants for Lennox and Teo, and at launch, you'll be able to unlock even more variants for each Free Gunner. Variants will also play an important role in our crew builder system, which is where you can go to create custom crews of Free Gunners and variants to bring into a match. There will be 4 maps and 4 modes available during this weekend. When we developed Concord, it was important to us to make sure we had modes for everyone. So whether you and your friends are feeling a more chill game night, or you want to prove you and your crew are the best in the galaxy, we have something for everyone, no matter how you're feeling. The maps will also give you a taste of some of the rich environments our Free Gunners explore on the daily. During the beta, you'll be able to progress to level 14, and your progression will carry over between both weekends. However, it's important to keep in mind progression will not carry over to launch. Our beta is just a slice of what you will get to experience in Concord. On behalf of everyone here at Firewalk, thank you so much for choosing to join us on this journey. We cannot wait to play alongside you in the beta. If you haven't already, you should make sure you join our official community Discord server. There's all kinds of fun things in there like fan art, and I'm personally really excited to see your clips from over the beta weekend, so make sure you send in some hype ones.
Fan
And we
art,
can't wait
eh?
to see everyone next weekend for the open beta. We'll see you in the Concord Galaxy.
Anyway, I guess there's one waifu, so then there'll be some R34 for that probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Discord's probably gonna be full of stuff.
When is the new Apple console coming? Apple's making a console?
Again?
Are they?
No, I'm just saying, are they? Again? Because this would be technically the second one, right?
They had a first one?
Yeah, the Apple Pippin. That was a console, right?
Apple Pippin.
And that was a thing? Am I
It was
crazy?
You're not wrong. I didn't even know about this. What?
Yeah, they already had a console, technically.
What is that control? What is
Hey, it's the PS3 controller. It's back.
that's the, what is that control? Oh man!
I mean, they couldn't make it apple. They couldn't make it apple shaped, so they had to go banana.
What is that? 1992 called. I don't think Apple's making a new console though.
I mean, if
Apple-
they made a new console, it wouldn't be a console. It'd just be basically a new Fire Stick. It'd be a cloud-based system, I guess. Based on completely nothing, by the way. Keep in mind that was the 90s. So what? The Mega Drive had better controller. The Mega Drive was amazing.
I mean, people are saying it's about time they did make a console. I just don't think Apple want to enter the console market. It doesn't make sense for them to. The risk is
Yeah,
just
there's
too large.
There's no need. They already have phones.
Yep, but my God, that is pretty special.
Didn't you know about the Apple Pippin?
I genuinely never heard of it. I never ever heard of this thing.
I
Mate,
can't remember. I don't remember what games came out for it, but
that's crazy. See, I heard of this. I've got one of these upstairs.
It's like one day I want to own a PSX. As I said before, that's my dream console.
PSX?
Yeah.
Well, PlayStation.
No, the PSX. The Japanese only PlayStation 2.
Right.
But that had a DVD burner in it for some reason. And the original, it actually had the PS3 XMB as a menu screen.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got one of these.
Nice.
This is
I got a
literally
Wii U special kit as well.
this is literally a handheld Mega Drive. And when
Oh,
I say
wow.
it drinks batteries, that's actually a CRT TV in there.
Is that, I can't tell for is it that Linux?
This?
Is that the Linux system?
No,
Or is it Game Gear?
this is the Sega Nomad.
Oh my god. Oh, I remember Nomad. Ah. Because you could actually put in actual Mega Drive cartridges, right?
Yeah, on top. Look,
Yeah.
does it show?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually show it on this one. Oh wait, you're not even seeing what I'm looking at. This would help if you could actually see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, like
Because
this
it was
over
like
here.
a tiny picture.
So you got the
That's what I was trying to work it out. Oh.
you got the cartridge up top.
Okay, but I think the Game Gear was better just because you had you were the cool kid in school if you brought the TV tuner.
Wait.
What do you mean? Wait.
Wait. There's something I want to see.
Anyone remember the TV tuner for the Game Gear where you could watch TV on the move?
What I want
I
to
say
do?
on the move.
What I want to do is this on my Sega Nomad.
Well, no, because that involves a 32X. I don't think you can plug a 32X in. You can do most of that.
What do you think, Chad? Yeah, the Nomad has a CRT TV, same as the Game Gear. Sounds like bullshit, but that didn't stop people gaming on the new Surface laptop with a
Wait, Julia.
silicon. Yeah, but no, Rabby, I don't think they're going to release a Apple console. Not now, not ever.
As I said, if it's going to happen, I think it's more likely going to be a cloud-based console than an actual console. They might release like a box that like streams games, but even now I don't think the Amazon owns Amazon and Microsoft.
I actually have this like set up in Northern Cyprus. Well, these consoles are now in Northern Cyprus.
Yeah.
When my cousins play, or used to play when they were kids. Because when we finished with them and when we upgraded, we would just take it to Northern Cyprus and give it to our cousins who were less well off, so they could play it. But yeah, we actually had this. It was hilariously fun and funny at the same time because the lulls were real. I'm not sure it's a tower of power. It's a tower of power. But this one, it's coming. It's incoming shortly. Modern Warfare 3 is coming to Game Pass. It's going to drop, apparently. It's dropping very soon. So soon that people can taste it.
November, right?
Maybe sooner. Maybe even sooner. We've also got this one talking about it here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 will be coming to Game Pass this month.
Oh, wow.
Xbox is already doing great things with Activision deal. Now it's only getting better. Modern Warfare 3 is set to come to Xbox Game Pass this month. So that's pretty damn cool. The KFC console? Oh, I remember that. I can't believe that was a joke. Do you know how many people were actually wanting that?
I mean, I would have bought it.
Do you know how many people were after this console?
I mean, I wanted it. So at least 2. Ah, so it's so cool.
It was VR ready, ray tracing, 240 FPS with 240 hertz output, 4K gaming. This was the future. Make it
And
yours.
it cooked chicken.
And it cooked chicken.
Man, I haven't had KFC in so long. I miss KFC. I used to have KFC every time I get my hair cut, but the KFC that was over the road from where I got my haircut closed down.
This is never coming out. Yeah,
Okay.
I think if it did, it would probably melt the components. But one can wish. One can wish. But your favorite meth guy came back better than ever, right? So DCG says, how is Xbox making any money with their $1 tiers? It's not sustainable. They're losing money and studios are going to get shut down. The exact same person then says, Xbox fans should ask for more, ask for better. Where are the $1 deals they used to offer? I don't think you can make this shit up.
It has nothing to do with the price of Game Pass.
Man, I feel like there's going to be a bunch of Xbox people defending this somehow. Oh, they're buying all the studios. Oh, it's worth it because we get Call of Duty. Oh, we're getting so many games, Indiana Jones and Starfield. If you guys are happy, great. But man, ask for more. Ask for price cuts. What happened to $1 Game Pass deals? God, man, just God.
No. We're not doing this right now again. For years, PlayStation fanboys have talked about, like, how does Xbox even make any money? They're selling Game Pass for $1. That's impossible. They're going to have to raise the price. And then when they bought ABK, everybody was like, oh, they're going to raise the fucking price of Game Pass. And now when they raise the price, now you're like, where's the $1 tier? What? Like, what? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Look, if you're...
I honestly can't fault anything it's saying. I literally can't fault anything Alex is saying here. Normally, I'd say he over-exaggerates a little bit and, puts on a little bit. But at this point, when I heard, DCG say what he said, I reacted the exact same way. Like, literally verbatim. I was the same. It's no different. Like, how can you go from 1 second saying, this isn't sustainable, the $1 deals are sinking the company, people are just signing up for $1 and leaving after a month, and now that they've found that, they've increased the price to make it more, bona fide sustainable, you're asking for the $1 price tag? I'm like, huh? How can the same person be this conflicting? And then I remembered, chat. And then I remembered, Chille. I remembered what a wise man once said. A wise and beautiful black man. Paris Lily. That he doesn't mean a single fucking thing he says. It's all for grifting, and he lies out of his teeth for the views. There you go. I'll just play this just to see what
If you're going to be upset about the price of things in video games, you should be upset about the price of things in video games across the board. When they raise the price of $70, you should have been pissed. When they charge you for online access, you should have been pissed. When they raised the price of the online access in the first place, you should have been pissed. When they added MTX in your $70 games, you should have been pissed. Boy, it's almost like the only person who's been fucking consistent the entire time is right here. It's like, what is... this fucking faux concern bullshit is what's pissing me off. It's not the fact that Xbox raised their prices, which again is also pissing me off. It's this absolute garbage, fake fucking concern that we see every single time from fanboys.
100%. It's all fucking fake. That's a good point, Julia. That is a good point. It's all fake. The whole narrative is fake. And you know, he has Xbox and he has Game Pass. Don't you remember how much Red Dragon used to shit on the Game Pass? And then he showed a picture of him downloading Starfield from Game Pass? Hey, Dev. Yeah, we'll have a look later. But yeah, that's crazy. None of it. It's just fake, and that's why I can't pander to that. I know if I did, and I was a bit more flamboyant, people might actually watch more and be interested more. It's just not me. I'm afraid. I don't get into fake rage. I like having, discussions about it. I like having, talking about the situation, talking about the pros, the cons, what is logical, what isn't logical, what is expected, what is unexpected, where it stands, where, in my opinion, is the threshold. I like having these discussions and I like hearing your discussions in chat about it. Well, your views in chat about it. And if I've got any host on like Chille, hearing his views on it while he's licking his salt cubes and sugar cubes, uh, you know, in between then he'll come out with a good point. Potentially, he is a pony after all, so not everything is legible that comes from him. But there's a few nuggets
Nay.
that there's a few nuggets that come here and there. But I generally just like to just be real. I don't have a fake persona. I don't have this fake person that I am, like other people have, where they've got their streaming persona, they've got their YouTube persona. I'm kind of the same person wherever I am. Unless we're talking about waifus, all bets are off. I did actually max limit break Rosanna today on Nikkei. Just saying. Chille, you should definitely check out Rosanna. Fake clickbaiters get views in the short term, but at the expense of sincerity and trust in the long term. The views will tail off for the grifters like DCG. You say that, but his channel has been growing exponentially quite a bit, so it does work, right? Because the internet loves to feed off hate, negative views, drama. So if you're not delivering on that content and you're not purposefully giving that content, things tend to die down for your channel quite quickly. You know, it's a sad outlook, but generally that's how it is. If DCG today turned around and started making constructive videos, he wouldn't get the views he's getting.
You would need an intelligence to do that, though. I mean, sorry.
I mean, he is a pony, so you would know.
Yeah.
Sorry, you walked into that one. I'm sorry, Chille.
No, don't worry. I'm fine. Look, if I didn't come in here for some gentle ribbing, why would I? Why would
Dude,
it's
feel
fun.
Feel free to give it back. I've got thick skin.
Don't worry. I would give
am
it
a
back
big boy.
when I have to.
I am a big boy.
Bigger boy. He's a bigger boy. Bigger boys. If anyone gets that reference, you're the best.
The worst part about them spouting fake shit is that dumb, gullible people just roll with it without any rational thought and propagate it as truth. Well, Drogdal, the biggest one at the moment that's doing the rounds is the fact that Game Pass, day and date gaming went from $10 to $20. When that's not the case, because those that are still on the $10 platform are still getting it for $10. That hasn't changed. Now, for new customers, that $10 never existed, right? It used to be there, but they're a new customer. And as of right now, for a new customer, you have core and ultimate. And eventually you're going to have standard. But as a new customer, you can't say it's doubled in price when you didn't have it to begin with. Does that make sense at all to anyone? And when I tried to explain this to a few people today, they couldn't comprehend it. The £10 price tag, the $10 price tag is still there. Existing customers are not being removed from the day and date games. They are still being honored and rewarded for their loyalty from the get-go. But if you're a new customer who was always on the fence, well, that's kind of your loss. I just remember Chaos can't shoot in games. Also, just throw a fake bug at him. Hey, look, I can shoot. Just don't throw the bug. If I had $1 every time a pony said Xbox is dead, I would have Microsoft type of money. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, it's something my Irish friend always told me, and it's become a motto that I live by. I see a lot of people like going, "Oh man, I miss having this and I miss another." Did you ever have it? Well, no, but then how do you miss it? You can't miss what you didn't have, right? If you've never had it, you can't miss it. So that's been actually a motto that I've been living by and has served me very well. Some of these people definitely need to do that. Julia, I agree. But you are getting maybe not more features, but you're getting the ABK games that's coming. But at the same time, if EA didn't increase their pricing, I don't know if Microsoft would have increased their pricing. I think there's a direct correlation there. And as long as you had a job, Darkwind, that is okay. But these guys like to talk crap on Xbox like they're in trouble. Meanwhile, they play Xbox games more than Sony games. It's about the games. Sony wishes they had 3 of their own franchises in the top 10 on their own platform, but nope, 3 Xbox franchises in the top 10, 0 for Sony. May 2024 top 10 titles played on PlayStation 5, ranked by US monthly active users. Source Circana. Yes, we're coming back to this again. I'm not going to get into the debate. Fortnite is at number 1. COD Modern Warfare 3 is at number 2. Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 3. NBA 2K4, Defiant, Roblox is still there. I'm surprised NFL is still there. I guess there's still a bigger. Wait, what's the hockey one called? That's NHL. Sorry, I'm mixing up NFL and NHL.
Yeah, NFL's the football league. NHL's the hockey
American
league.
football. Yeah. Okay, I mixed that up. I'm not surprised that that's there.
Because of
Fallout,
the H.
Yep. Fallout 4, Minecraft, and Multiverses. So that's 1, 2, 3 games. And
I'm
not a
surprised
single
Multiverses is
PlayStation.
there.
I mean, it
That's the
did
one
go
I'm
from
talking
102. It was 121 last month to 10. Something big must have
Okay.
happened. Pocket Pair made a deal with Sony Music Entertainment and Aniplex to create Powered Entertainment, so possibly a Powered anime is on its way. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's better to value to I think it's better value to just buy my games after 6 months since release when they're on sale rather than subscribe to Game Pass at this point. It really depends, Julia. I mean, if that's what you feel is best for you, then by all means, happy days. It depends
That's
on
what I'm
your
just saying.
playtime.
That's what I was saying earlier. It depends on how often you play video games and what you play. That is how you. That's anything though. That's any subscription service.
Yeah,
You should look at how much you're going to use it before you decide on what you're going to do with it.
I misquoted Matt. Oh, Mav. Oh, I know he didn't say crap, but I also didn't want to instigate anything that I shouldn't be doing. Okay. I've got a response from Microsoft support about my Xbox account. They're saying, this is so weird. So, BT gave me 12-month subscription, right? I already had 9 months of subscription on there. When BT's subscription went onto my account, it fused with my 9-month subscription. So their 12 months went to 21 months.
Yeah.
So even though I'm no longer with BT at the moment, and my actual 12 months with them has expired, they still retain a hold on my account because the 21 months, which became the whole term, hasn't elapsed, is what they're saying. And they're saying, in theory, at least based on what their engineers are telling them inside Microsoft, once my subscription fully ends and drops, the managed by BT will come off entirely. And if it doesn't, to get back in touch with them in February.
Okay.
So, yay, some positive news live on stream.
Sounds kind of like what happened with me because I had my before this provider I'm on right now, I got Disney Plus included free with my phone contract.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I switched over, it still said it was got for free for a while, even though I wasn't with that provider until that ended, and then it cancelled the subscription for me.
Right.
But anytime I looked on the account, it still said that the Vodafone was providing me with Disney Plus, even though I didn't have Vodafone anymore.
But because your original tariff was still ongoing, they still retained the management rights of your account.
Yeah.
And then once your Vodafone subscription ended, then it dropped.
Then it completely dropped, and and then they, the Disney Plus stuff changed back.
I'm hoping the same thing happens for me.
But again, I didn't want to use that as a reference until you got more information because, different company.
Did I say that yesterday, Brick? I'm on 3 hours sleep. My excuse. The CEO of Pocket Pair is in charge of Powerboss Entertainment. Yeah, he is. What's the problem? My Netflix subscription went up 5 times before Xbox did. Only 5 times? Is that it?
And they keep emailing me like, you haven't had Netflix in so long. Do you want to go with our basic subscription and come back? I'm like, no. Nobody wants your basic subscription, Netflix. It's ass. Sorry for swearing.
Chris Stores, it is potentially good news, yeah.
Who wants? Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have stacked those £1 off. Funnily enough, I haven't actually bought anything from CD Keys at all. Mine has actually all been either purchased legit or gifted vouchers on my birthday or Christmas when family just doesn't know what to get me, so they'll just give me Game Pass codes.
I've got to give CD Keys some credit though.
Hey, J Cola.
I did a giveaway for Dawn Trail recently, right?
Mhm.
Because we had a certain amount of people, and there was ended up being for a North American PlayStation. Well, they told me they had the North American PlayStation account, so the only way to do that really is to buy PSN credit for North America, and then they buy it themselves with that because you can't really buy the copy of the game, for 14. Otherwise, you have to buy it from. So anyway, I bought a North American PSN credit, and then found out they were from Mexico. So even though they have a North American account, the credit didn't work because it's a different region. Even though they go to the North American store, the North American PSN cards don't work on the Mexican accounts. So anyway, then I PayPal'd them the money because I found out they got PayPal, so they accepted that. And anyway, that meant I had this $60 in PSN credit that I couldn't use. I contacted CD Keys and they actually refunded me my money for buying the cards off them. So
That's good.
gotta give them credit for that. The fact that
I mean-
they actually, a lot of companies won't refund you digital credit. So
I mean, it's like I did a giveaway for a bunch of games, Dead Rising games, on my YouTube channel the other night. I gifted the games over to people. The games are region locked, and they won't play. So even
Wow.
though I bought it from the Microsoft website and I gifted it from the Microsoft website, they won't play. So I've basically been doing what you've been doing and sending people the links to the actual store. Asking them to send me their PayPal address so I can send them the money, and then I'm getting a refund for the game from the Microsoft store.
Yeah.
I just hope Sin has done the same thing because he hasn't got back to me. But I wanted to check this out. There's everyone's favorite crime-fighting brothers are back on Xbox. Oozing action-packed combat, hilarious antics, and a whole load of pizza. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed is coming on 18th October. Someone is very happy about this one. MLB fan, I am good.
Cool.
How are you, MLB fan?
I'm excited for more Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
So, guys, thought that after beating Super Duper Fly, all was back to normal? Well, not quite. A new bunch of mysterious mutants has taken over the city.
They've also got a Power Rangers reboot coming up, right?
Are the Ninja Turtles up to the task? I know they've been training hard and are keen to try their new.
Isn't this stuff similar to the movie animation?
Leo, Raph, Donnie, and Mikey will surely get their best.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that art style at all.
Facing the challenge on their own or together as a team.
Are they?
But will it be enough? A malaise is spreading through the city, and it's impossible to know who's a friend anymore.
Isn't that the crocodile from Donkey Kong?
I don't know, but clearly it's only on Xbox. So if you want to play it, only on Xbox. It probably is on other platforms as well, but Outright Games are saying Xbox, so I'm going to go with Xbox.
Well, it's October, so no, Dragon Ball.
Mate, my dude went from yes, and then he hears it's only on Xbox. Well, there's always Dragon Ball.
No, I said it's October, so no.
There you go.
October is Dragon Ball.
Now you can cheer again. It's on PS4 and PS5. It's literally on everything.
Yeah, but it's also in October, so
it's Call of Duty month.
Yeah. But for me, that's also Dragon Ball month.
Dude, that was so cool. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the NES version was great. You jump into the little sewers and side was scrolling.
Come on, you're old enough to use the original name for the UK version, Chaos. Come on.
Well, the Hero Turtles.
Yeah, Hero Turtles.
I know. But I still remember, I think it was Rocksteady who fought in the sewers. He was an asshole. What a pain in the ass he was. But there was
Yeah, I'm excited for that and the Power Rangers game, which will be interesting. But October is Sonic and Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. I ain't buying anything but those games in October. They've teased a new character for Sonic, haven't they? Which is going to be interesting. It's going to be a fourth character. Anyway, I think I've been in here quite a long time, and I know I was just supposed to jump in for a little bit, but I've been here for a while, so I just want to shout out everyone in chat. Thank you for the feedback, and it's always nice chatting with you all. And I guess I should jump.
How high are you going to jump?
Not very high because I'm quite fat.
Well, that's disappointing. You gave me high hopes there. That maybe I could do it myself.
But thank you for having me on as always, Chaos. It's been fun.
No worries, dude.
Have a lovely night, everyone. And by the way, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this as a VOD. I don't know. Buy one, get one free sugar cubes. If you're watching this as a VOD and you got this far, write that in the comment and we'll know. So thank you everyone for listening.
And you're welcome to stay if you want.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna have a little. I'm gonna have a. I wasn't gonna stream tonight. I was just gonna take a break, and then I jumped in and chatted with you for a little bit. So I'm just gonna go relax.
The stables door. Jamala, you sent me a message on Discord saying you wanted to jump in and say something. There's the. Well, it should be. Yeah, there it is. Chat is sorry to see you go. They prefer you to me. The
That's
audacity. I should just.
Anyway.
Pack my things.
Well, if you prefer me, remember you can go check out me on Twitch. Nah, just kidding. Bye.
No, dude. Plug yourself in. Is it gone? Oh, it's gone. So I'll do is plug. He's available on Twitch at Moogle Go Round Radio. It's a predominantly Final Fantasy 14 channel. They do podcasts as well, and that is also mainly Final Fantasy 14 focused. So if you're a Final Fantasy 14 mega fan, that's a good place to be. I do like Chille. Very good friend of mine. But, that's something for Jamala. You wanted to join. I really need to have a bio break. And then there's one or two videos that we can check out, chat. One is from Xbox is screwed because of Game Pass, or Xbox Game Pass price increases and removes day one games. Both of them apparently are from DCG. You guys seem to be loving DCG roasting quite a bit. So let me know which one you want to watch in chat. I'll be right back in just a moment. Hello. I'm back. I'm back. How are we? Alright, so what did we pick in chat? What did we pick? I know. But Chille might join me tomorrow for some Concord. So that could be quite fun. Did anyone actually pick any video that gets community noted should be broadcast in black and white with a red banner? Okay, so it looks like no one actually picked a video. Alright, before we get into that, let's add Jum to the thing. Storim, he wanted to have a word, and I'm here now, and he can have a word, he can have a say.
Really? Or are you just going to have a long intro?
I'm going to have a long intro.
How's it going?
I'm good, thanks. How
Yeah.
about you?
I was reading so many comments about people complaining about the price increase, or you with having the standard for the Xbox Game Pass thing. And there's a psychological reason to those things.
There is.
Because, I mean, so many people. I know there's a lot of people in chat that understand why and are they don't technically like it, but got to realize that 90% of the world is technically idiots when it comes to that stuff, which is
By the way, your audio is cutting in and out.
Really?
Yes. And chat will attest to this. I'm not making it up, even though you are a pony. I'm not just saying it for the sake of it.
Me a pony?
I don't make the rules.
Me?
Look,
Why?
I'm
Because
just
I have
saying.
my Xbox holding up my PlayStation?
I don't make. See, there you go.
It makes great shelf since it's all square.
Chat, we should just kick him, shouldn't we? But no, do continue.
So, in psychological reasons, so if you start with core, and then
Yes.
you jump all the way to Game Pass Ultimate, that's a big jump technically. Yeah, sure, it's only $10. But isn't it an easier jump up to hold a carrot saying, hey, we've got a few extra little things added for $5 extra? And then for another $5, we've got even more for you. That's literally this psychological of the whole thing. It's holding a carrot with the very few add-ons.
But my argument to that is that you said it's gone from $10 to $20. My argument is that it hasn't gone from 10 to 20. My argument here is that it's basically gone from 16 to 20. Well, 16 to 19, to be exact.
Well, so you go for core, which is technically $10.
Or 60, or 75 if you get it for a lot cheaper. Yeah, but you get it for way cheaper.
Yeah. And then you jump up to standard, which is only 15. and then you jump up to Ultimate, which is 20.
Yeah, but Core
Well,
never had day and date. It never had it to begin with.
no,
It's never
no,
had it.
and that's
So
where
to use Core,
they
that
hold
would be
they
unfair, right?
of course they hold a carrot in between these, going, hey, look, going from core to standard, here's the little carrot of Game Pass categories and whatnot, and then day one editions, and then hey, here's another little carrot where we give you all of it. It's pretty much people talk with their wallets, technically, when it comes to games. Nobody likes the fact that games are going to cost $70, yet the uh, product they get is less than what they used to get.
But again, you're still incorrect. You are
For
still
the jump,
incorrect here. In what you're saying, you are wrong. And I can tell you why you're wrong.
okay.
Okay, so here is why what you're saying is wrong. Number one, Game Pass Core has always been what it is. It's increasing in price, you're gaining no value, that kind of sucks, but it's not offering you anything now than it wasn't offering you before. If you were on Game Pass console previously, you are still on Game Pass console and you are still getting games day and date for your $10.99. That is not changing for you as an existing customer. So nothing is changing for you. In September, you are going to get a price increase to maybe 12 from $10.99 to maybe $12.99, but that's within range of everything else from what we're seeing. But ultimately, you are still going to be on that service. If you're a new customer, that $10.99 service never existed in the first place. And the core service has always remained as it is to this day. So technically, the only service as a new customer that's actually available to you as of this moment that would be available to any new customer is Ultimate for day and date. You're not actually losing anything because you're a brand new customer that's coming in today. Now, if you came in a week ago and got your Game Pass console, as far as you're concerned, nothing will change. You will still get your day and date games. The fact that people waited for 7 years and missed their opening to jump into Game Pass and try and benefit off that deal, that's on them, right? You're not
So
actually
with the
losing
new
anything.
change, so what you're saying is the new change for new people to Xbox.
Yes.
They don't get the choice between core or standard.
No, they get the choice between core and standard. They just don't get console anymore. They don't have the choice of console, which gives day and date. Standard doesn't. But they never, as a new customer, you never had the choice of console because that has now gone. It's disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
For 7 years, you had the option to go console. And, if you wanted to wait 7 years to get console, that's kind of like a you problem and not a me problem. So you're not being worse done here, as far as I'm concerned. You just missed the deal of a lifetime. And you know what? Shit happens. If you wait too long, you snooze, you lose, as they say, right?
Pretty much. But I mean,
but if you never had the service to begin with, how are you losing?
Well, I mean, for new customers, the day and date isn't going to make a difference. What I'm talking about is people complaining about the price increase. It doesn't matter what they said years before, or even if it was even last year or something, of not increasing prices. They're going to increase prices. Everybody is. The price difference between the three things, because I'm not doing PC Game Pass because that's
That's
all on
something
their
in its
own.
own thing. I mean, even Game Pass Core is something of its own.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if everybody goes for that $15 a month,
Mm-hmm.
it may jump up to maybe 17 or something like that. But who knows?
No, they're going to leave that at 15.
If it's not much different than the Ultimate,
It's
psychologically,
on screen right now. The difference.
yeah. Psychologically, why not pay the extra $5?
That's the whole
Ultimate?
point.
That's what they are doing with all three of them.
Yeah,
Because
that's
there
the whole
are so
point.
many people that literally, at the moment, may think, okay, Core is just fine because it's $10 a month or the $75 a year.
Yeah, and that's what we were
Well,
saying earlier, right?
yeah,
And what I was saying earlier.
They could technically just get rid of Core and go with the Game Pass, but they want to also try to get that little carrot to the ones that can only pay that $10 a month, maybe.
No, that's not why Core remains. There are people who literally do not want to rent games. They have
Oh, yeah.
no interest in renting games. They've got no desire to rent games. There are, as of right now, 10, 11 million subscribers to Core. All they want is access to Xbox Live. That gives it to them at the cheapest price. They probably buy like 3 games a year, and one of them is probably Call of Duty. The other they probably play Fortnite. So as far as they're concerned, the games that they play mainly are free to play or Call of Duty, Rocket League,
Yeah.
whatever. So
But
it
the
doesn't
problem
make
with
sense for
that,
them to go with the other options. So Core is
I mean,
actually a valid
if
option.
it's literally like online first person shooters, that type thing, where they want to do PvP, and that's all they want is just the online stuff, great. What other people need to realize is even if they get the physical game, if it requires any internet access whatsoever,
They bought a
you
coaster.
you might as well just
Get it
the Game
digitally.
Pass. Get the Game Pass and see if it's on there.
See, that's been my thing, right? If a game is digital only on Xbox, there's no difference between having it on Game Pass and having it on your digital license. I guess the only difference is if your internet goes down for whatever reason, you've still got the license on your Xbox. But you still have that with Game Pass anyway. So that's irrelevant.
And plus if it's an online only type thing, and whatnot, if your internet goes down, you can't play it anyways.
Correct. But
Like
that's why
most
Core
of the
exists.
and Core is great for those that just want to have Xbox Live for PvP.
Yep.
That's great. Some people use it for that. Some people use it for playing with friends. But then again, if you're serious about playing Xbox games, standard, yes, there's no point in doing that. But then again, it is a jump up.
See, you're
Not very
missing
much.
you're missing the
Not
purpose of
much.
standard.
You get the
Standard
Game
isn't
Pass.
there. Standard isn't there to get people onto standard.
Standard's
Standard,
there to get it into Ultimate.
exactly.
But some people actually do take those steps of jumping from $10 to $15. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Only
like for example, with this one here, if you're paying monthly, then you may turn around and say, for an extra $5 a month, I'm gonna get a 200 game catalog.
just
That
to
might
look
be
at
worth
it.
it, just to have a look at it. And if you don't like it, you go back. And then what you might
And
do
then
from here is leapfrog over to the Game Pass one.
exactly.
To
And
me,
that's
that one
why
is.
they have those three.
To me, that's
That
less
is
likely to happen though. If you're going for
it,
Game Pass Core, you know why you're going for Game Pass Core. Because it
it
doesn't have
kind of
any Game
happened for
Pass on there.
me. Mind you, I wasn't on to Xbox when Xbox first came out. I was a PlayStation person.
Put me over!
they can say that I'm a pony because of that, but I mean, I didn't have a need to go to Xbox. There wasn't anything I could go over to a friend's and play Xbox.
Do you see my kid? And me and my mom waiting on our laugh. They want me to look like a stupid pirate again. They're eagerly waiting around there for me to look like a silly pirate again. Ugh.
So, for me, when I first got my Xbox, I didn't need it except for online play, just to play with my friends. And then I decided to jump up and go with the next one up just to see how it is. And now I play all the consoles and I pay for Game Pass Ultimate because I'm like, okay, I want to play on my console, yet I also want to play on PC. Like, if you have a console, there's no reason to not get the Ultimate if you're really serious about Xbox games.
No, I get that. And like I said, a few might go down the path from core to standard to ultimate, but that's way less likely than someone jumping into standard because it's the middle tier, trying it out, and then the hope of Microsoft is, hey, look, we've got like 3 AAA games coming along over the next 6 months. You could buy these games for, $8, $16, $20, $240 in the US. Or you can give us $60 more and you can just get it on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the carrot to lure them across. On top of that, you get like discounts, you get access to the EA games, you get xCloud as well. So, you get a lot for that $5 extra. And that's the carrot. This whole purpose of standard isn't to get core members to go to ultimate, it's to get those that were struggling about that new customers landing on standard, because going straight into $20 is daunting. Going to $14.99 is way more palatable. But when they see what you can get, and I bet you they'll be advertising on that dashboard like crazy, right? When they see the actual benefits for $5 more people will make the jump from standard to ultimate. It's literally just a marketing ploy, a marketing tool. This standard, the whole purpose of it being there is to get people onto it and then to migrate to ultimate once they see how much more of a better deal ultimate is for $60 extra a year.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the other thing is look at how Netflix has lost so much of their things. It's because they're increasing.
Netflix is what?
They're losing so many people because of them increasing almost every year.
No, they're recording record gains. Ever since when they announced that they were removing sharing and everyone was saying, oh, I'm canceling, their subscription rate went up by almost 400%. So much for everyone canceling their subs. They went up, they recorded record subscriptions. When you see people online saying that they're going to cancel it or they've cancelled it and they show you a receipt or whatever, 9 out of 10, they're back there resubscribing because they're just doing it for clout. They're not actually unsubscribing.
Or they have a child like mine and goes into Netflix and resubscribes for a month.
Your child is completely and utterly based. But let me just get back to this chat from Julia. To me, the increase in price seems like a forced increase to play COD. It's actually not. It's
no.
The increase in price is because of this over here, EA Play. EA Play has doubled in price, and that means that their license is probably going to double, or they're going to pay more for their license. But then there's also inflation as well. If it was to do with Call of Duty, you would have seen a bigger substantial increase. but they can't do that because of their promise to the Supreme Court in the US. Otherwise, I think we would have seen like a $5-6 US increase rather than just a $3 increase.
Oh yeah, if they were able to actually increase because of all the things going on, we'd see a lot more. I think the $20 probably would have went up to 25 or 30 for Ultimate.
Oh my god, guys, 50-50, really? You guys had one job. Well, I shouldn't say guys because there's women in here as well. But you lot had one job. And you go bang on split in the middle. 10 want that, 10 want the other.
So yeah, it's the price increase isn't a surprise. It really isn't. I was actually expecting a lot more for the increase.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
Even with the FTC stuff and all that going on, I thought it was going to increase a lot more. The fact that it's not increasing as much, I'm probably not going to change my card that is connected to my Xbox.
Yep. Julia, there is always something that they could do: sell you the Game Pass Ultimate, and then enable you to add bolt-ons. But I'm guessing what they want is the maximum return in one go.
So the other thing, Julia, is for you to play almost any EA game at the moment, even if you are on Game Pass, you actually have to have an account with them. And I believe for some of their games, like our fun favorite game way back when was Anthem, we even had to, I believe some people actually had to pay for Game Pass and also EA. I think I had to do that for some reason. But that's just to play their games, even on a console. This just gives, with Game Pass Ultimate, you don't have to pay for EA Play.
I'm not seeing it. I don't know, he sent me another video, but I'm not seeing it.
Ooh, Devastator?
Yeah. But anyway, we got Xbox Game Pass increase price and removes day and date. Oh. We can have a look at that. In suggestions? Xbox. Actually, that one might be a better one, Twitch. Let's go with that one. Since people are bored of DCG, let's give this one a go.
What's up, gamers? Hope you guys are all.
Alright. Let's check this one out. It's called Xbox Price Increase is Pathetic. So let's see what this has to say. It's by Griffin Gaming. If anyone's heard of him, I haven't. He has apparently 221,000 subs, and the video only got 18k views.
What's up, gamers? Hope you guys are all having a great day today, just full of so much positivity and happiness, dude. Because just when you think Microsoft might be kind of getting their shit together, you know, they had a decent showcase for the Xbox Game Showcase back in June. Things were starting to look up. You know, the hardcore fan base was a little excited for the first time in a long time after a very long string of bad news after bad news. And well, Microsoft just a month later decided, you know, we need to put a stop to that right now and get everybody talking doom and gloom once again, because they decided today to announce that Xbox Game Pass would be getting a price increase in the very near future. Now, this is something that I actually said would probably happen a few months back. I don't think this was unexpected, if any.
So if it's not unexpected and people were expecting it and they were, you know, this is something that people should have seen coming. So why is it pathetic? If you can see the logical business sense as to why this was coming, you can see the logical route of why this is here. Why is it pathetic? He's literally contradicting his own title because he called it and said it was coming. So why is it pathetic when it's actually landed, when you can see the reasons as to why it's happening?
Anyone has been following the current state of Game Pass, it's kind of been hovering around the 20 to 24 million sub mark for the last several years. It's kind of stagnated completely, and
it's actually 34 million, so even that he's got wrong. And if you add Game Pass Core onto it, it's 45 million. But anyway, those are details. So those factual information he's got there that he calls facts are wrong as well.
After spending $70 billion on Activision Blizzard, there is 0% chance that they were just going to put the games into Game Pass at the current price. Like, I think everybody expected the price increase to come, but regardless,
I will add, and you guys have heard me say this multiple times, with ABK coming along, I did not see them doing day-and-date games with Game Pass console going forward, and they would add a new tier. I even assumed that they would add a tier above Game Pass, calling it Game Pass Ultimate and ABK, but I genuinely saw them doing a new tier for that. In turn, they kind of did. They kind of pushed Game Pass Ultimate up to its own tier at $20, and they created a mid-tier that basically is almost level with what Game Pass Ultimate was price-wise by removing day-and-date gaming. So they almost got it exactly how I said it and how I called it, but that was the obvious play, right? There was no difference in how this was going to play out. That was always the end game play. They were never going to leave a subscription of $10 a month for console to have all of the ABK games. Of course, then you're going to question, why is PC getting it? That's a good point.
It just makes the value proposition offered by Game Pass, I think, less and less appealing every single time this happens, and I don't think this is going to help their stagnating numbers at all in the slightest. But let's go ahead and break this shit down and go through the very confusing new layout for all the various new Game Pass subscription tiers. Now, let's go ahead and try to make some sense of this, because this gets very confusing very quickly. So first off, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, the price will be increasing to $20 a month or $240 a year. What is included with this does not change. You're going to get Xbox Live Gold, you're going to get console Game Pass, you're going to get PC Game Pass, and you're going to get day one releases. So $240 a year now for Game Pass Ultimate. Next up is PC Game Pass, increasing to $12 a month or $144 a year. Nothing changes on that front. You're still getting the entire PC Game Pass library, as well as day one releases on Xbox Game Pass for PC. Next up, we have Xbox Game Pass Core. The annual subscription pricing is increasing from $60 to $75 a year, so a 25% increase.
See, that one is weird, because in the UK it's going from $49.99 to $55.99. So why the US? I know someone, Moonlight, came on earlier and said it's because of the economy in the US, but that's a really steep increase in my opinion. But yeah.
So even if you don't care about Game Pass at all, you're still getting dicked down to a certain degree because you're going to have to pay more to play the games that you already paid for online. So yeah, even if you don't care about Game Pass at all, you're going to have to pay more every single year just to play online at this point. So just a nice little cherry on top here of this shit Sunday. But moving on from that, we have Xbox Game Pass Console, which is the existing console subscription to Game Pass, which does not include online multiplayer. That will no longer be available to new subscribers. So if you have an existing subscription in this tier, you'll be able to keep it so long as you have auto renew on. But if you let that membership lapse, or if you don't currently have it, that will no longer be accessible to you. But the price point of that will remain at $10.99 a month until further notice. And then on top of that, they're adding a new Xbox Game Pass standard tier, which this is by far the worst value I think I've ever seen Microsoft try to shove down people's throat.
And I agree. It's the standard that's going to always stick out to people, right? So at the moment, he hasn't said most of the stuff that he said is pretty much just regurgitating the no news, regurgitating the pricing. But standard is always going to be the one that's a sore thumb. And standard, in my opinion, is pretty much there just to push you to ultimate. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's launching in September and includes Xbox back catalog, but doesn't include day one games. It's priced at $15 a month or $180 per year, and it includes Xbox Live Gold, but it won't include Xbox Cloud Gaming or day one releases or PC Game Pass. So you're not really saving any money here. This is like the worst subscription tier I think I've seen offered by any of the major, I guess, console manufacturers at this point. Like, that is an absolute ripoff. $15 a month. You only get the old Game Pass games, no day one releases. Yeah, you get Xbox Live Gold included with it. Woohoo. Like, you shouldn't even have to be paying for that shit anyway, because on PC you don't have to pay for it. But yeah, just think about that. For Xbox Game Pass on PC, you get day one releases and the entire Game Pass catalog for $12 a month. But if you just so happen to be a console user, you have to pay $15 a month to get access to online multiplayer and the back catalog of Xbox games, but no new release titles on day one. So quite literally, they are charging Xbox console users an additional $8 a month to access the same features that PC Game Pass gets. So they are really giving Xbox owners the shaft with this update, and
the fact that he can't see that it's actually designed to get people to Ultimate is the worrying part. But then he wouldn't be grifting if he actually did say that, if he actually did admit that, right?
overall, this is not a good look. The way they structured this pricing is super confusing. There's going to be a ton of people who get Xbox Game Pass Standard thinking they're going to get all the games day one because that's what the marketing material says, and they're going to be either disappointed, demanding refunds, or they're just going to be very angry overall. I don't...
Or they're just going to upgrade by paying that extra $5.
Really understand what the fucking point of this is. Like, day one releases is the entire point of Game Pass. Like, imagine getting a Netflix subscription and you can only watch shit that's been on there for 2 years or more. Like, that's just a horrible idea. I really don't...
Welcome to PlayStation Premium Essentials and Extras. Does it have a video on PlayStation Extras and Premium?
It technically sounds like Netflix anyways.
I know, right? But I wonder if he's actually got a video on PlayStation Extras and Premiums, because he just described them in the nutshell. In fact, over there, you wait like a year or two before you actually get a game rather than months.
You don't understand what the appeal of the subscription tier is whatsoever, but I can't really say the price increase was unexpected, even though, you know, just to throw in a little lies of Phil here and there, because, you know, we love to touch on those. During the Activision Blizzard court case, he specifically stated that buying Activision Blizzard would not result in an increase in price on Xbox Game Pass, but since he made that statement, they have increased the price not only once, but twice, so that aged like a glass of milk in the summer sun. But But, you know, I really don't understand what this, like, mentality is with Microsoft in a lot of cases, bro. Not only is no one going to be happy about a price increase, but the way they implemented this, it made it super confusing and took away options and replaced those options with even shittier options is just really dumb, bro. Like, they just really don't know how to manage this type of stuff. They have a PR problem from the top.
They actually do know how to manage it, and the way they're doing it is by making that service so unattractive that when you do actually end up landing on it, you are going to get pushed over to the higher tier. That's the whole point of that existing. I cannot for the life of me imagine that there is any other reason why that $15 tier exists. There just isn't any. I mean, how much is it possibly going to be in the UK, right? Game Pass Ultimate in the UK is going to $14.99 from $13.99. So it's gone up by £2. So you're going to pay what, $9.99? That's the price of Game Pass Core. So it's going to be £11, and then you're going to be looking at $11.99 to £12. But if you pay £3 more, you get all of this benefit that you see here. I mean, why would I pay £12 for that when I could pay £3 more and get all of this? It's clearly a marketing ploy to go over. How people can't see this?
Down, and the way they just kind of like dropped this out of nowhere with no clear explanation. I think the showcase would have been the time to get on stage and actually break this down in an understandable format and then use Call of Duty as the justification. But yeah, the rollout of this I think is going to be very confusing. That Xbox Game Pass standard tier is an absolute ripoff. I would avoid that shit like the fucking plague personally. But
Roberto, Jim Ryan increased your subscription by up to 500%, and you got jack shit in return. In fact, your subscription service got even worse. You guys are the last person to talk. You guys got absolutely ripped off to the max. And you're still talking? Mate, you got your goddamn cloud saves put behind a paywall. You guys got the shittest service on the planet. Even Nintendo Online is better than your service.
But overall, man, I really fail to see the value here. I think we're getting to a point now where $240 a year for Game Pass is not really providing the value that it once did at $180 a year. I think we're getting into the territory now where you're probably just better off buying the games that you're interested in.
See, this is where I kind of agree with him. Microsoft now has to deliver on the value. See, until this price increase, which whether it was needed or not is debatable, Microsoft were coasting along because at $180, it was kind of, whatever. But now that it's breached that $200 mark and it's gone to almost, a $250,000, they have to be delivering on those AAA games every single year. And I'm not just talking 2 games or 3 games. They need to give at least 4 to 6 AAA games a year to make it worthwhile for the consumer to stay on there. And that's not including the AA games that are going to be filtered in, the single A games, the indie games that are also going to be littered around, like Replaced, Dungeons of Hinterberg. But you've got other titles that, need to go in there as well. Microsoft now kind of put themselves, in my opinion, personally, on a bit of a back foot because now everyone is going to be watching them. So this part, what he said here, I actually do agree with, because now by doing this, all eyes will be on them to make sure they deliver. And if they do not deliver, you will see people leaving Game Pass Ultimate and going and just buying their games. That much I do genuinely believe. And we've already seen Julia in chat already say that is what she's doing personally. And I see that as fair because Microsoft now has to prove that they can deliver on the cadence of around 5-6 AAA games a year in order to make the service worthwhile. And, with the AA games and the single A games littered throughout the year. And by AA and single A, it doesn't have to be first-party studio. It can be games like Persona 3, and whatever. It can be third-party games as long as they're landing and they're good games and not just fodder games. So right now, that part I do agree with. So that's actually a point that at least one good point he's made.
Interested in, unless you're one of those people that is dead set on playing every single Microsoft first-party title that releases. I mean, if you're one of those people, then that's fine, but I think for the average consumer, I think we're almost at that point where people are going to get, like, priced out of this thing at this point, but it's because the Game Pass subscription numbers are stagnating. They spent $70 billion on a new acquisition with Activision Blizzard, and they need to find a way to make money, and
they don't need to make that money. This is something that people genuinely do not understand. And it actually amuses me and honestly bewilders me when people say that. Microsoft has already made their money back with the ABK deal. The investment that they paid, that $70 billion, they got over $100 billion back in assets. Right? That they could liquefy and sell and make their money. So that money is there. The shareholders do not care. Microsoft made that investment, and they, James Weingarten actually said it in the actual trial that even though you're paying $70 billion, and Judge Corley and Phil Spencer both got annoyed that James actually revealed this because it was supposed to be redacted information, they were getting over $100 million back the moment the deal closed. So they have their money back from this. This is a very, very worthwhile venture for them in terms of just business profitability. They invested $70 billion and they got over $100 billion back. So this whole notion that they need to find a way to get that $70 billion back is all just fake news. They already have that in assets that they can liquefy anytime they want.
If sales aren't going up, you have to increase prices to, capitalize more revenue on the people who are already paying for your stuff. So, it's kind of a vicious cycle. And the way I also kind of look at this too is because they're including Call of Duty and Game Pass, which is no doubt going to cause a massive drop in revenue on the Activision side of their business. I mean, look at this $3 per month increase is basically $36, which is about the equivalent of probably what the average copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will sell for. So if you're a Game Pass subscriber, this price increase basically pays for your copy of Call.
Wait, before I continue this, so Roberto, are you now saying that Stellar Blade is a shit game? Just to confirm, is Stellar Blade a shit game? Because based on your comment in chat, you are saying it's a shit game. That's all. I just want to. I just want to get that out there. But you just said it's a shit game because it's AA and you've got no time for it. So you just said, as a PlayStation fan, Stellar Blade is a shit game. No, don't change it now to it's awesome. You said it's a shit game. What can I say? Fake pandering, grifting
6,
PlayStation
whether you
fans.
download it or not. So that's the way I kind of look at it, is they're using Black Ops 6 to justify this price increase because the extra $36 basically offsets the loss of the sale of the copy that they otherwise might have gotten if it wasn't in Game Pass. So essentially, they're forcing all Game Pass subscribers to indirectly purchase Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and disguising it as a price increase, which I think is actually kind of smart, man. Like, it's a good thing to do optically. Now, raising prices is never a good thing to do optically, in my opinion, but just making it look like a general price increase rather than a direct impact of Call of Duty coming to Game Pass, I think was the wise move. But overall, man, I don't really know. I think it's very interesting. I don't think this will be the last price increase. I think in the next 6 months, if the numbers do not dramatically change as a result of Call of Duty launching into Game Pass, I think we are probably going to be facing another price increase very soon, especially as console sales continue to fall off for Microsoft. They're now trailing behind the Xbox One by 12% compared to last generation at the same point in this current Xbox Series generation. So,
but the difference here is, unlike the previous generation in terms of console sales, Game Pass was introduced towards the tail end of Xbox One. The series generation has had xCloud and cloud gaming pushed from the get-go. So that comparison no longer makes sense. Because there are more ways to play Xbox now than there ever was before.
Things are not looking good for the Xbox brand, especially on the console side, and Game Pass is definitely correlated to console sales. So if consoles aren't selling and they're not moving units in that front, they're not moving Game Pass subscriptions either. So I think Call of Duty is the final kind of like boil the frog moment before they just crank up the fucking heat. I don't think this is going to be the last Game Pass price increase we see in the very near future.
I tell you what, when we see the very last Netflix price increase, then we'll see the very last PlayStation Plus Game Pass price increase. When we see the last Netflix one, then we'll see the last Sony and Xbox one. The fact that he's even saying this is just so brain dead, it's not even funny.
Sure. I think in the next year or so, we are definitely going to see these prices move further and further up. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this entire price increase drama in the comments section below. Do you think
the price increase drama is just drama? It's fake news and people just crying over nothing.
We're going to see more of those things until there's no longer Xbox or PlayStation.
I mean, Xbox and PlayStation only have like 2 generations left in them anyway. Max 2 generations. Then they're gone.
At least for console upgrade wise.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's what I've been saying is Xbox is just going to go completely cloud and PlayStation's going to be, well, PlayStation.
But this is the thing, right? You have a choice. If Game Pass is for you, see, Microsoft is going to win no matter which way you look at it. If you stick with Game Pass, Microsoft will say, hey, great, I'm making money. If you say, I'm not going to go Game Pass and I'm going to go either the standard or I'm going to go to core and then go buy all my games and end up potentially paying more, Microsoft doesn't care. They're still making money. So whichever way you decide to go, you've got the option of how you want to play. Now, for me personally, I've got 5 kids. 4 of them actively play video games. 1 of them doesn't. So between the 4 of those and me, we play easily over £1,000 worth of games throughout the year. Pretty much on a yearly basis. You know, my kids are always playing different games and they're always, you know, whether they finish them or not, it's irrelevant. They bounce between games and go back to games, but they play an enormous amount of games on their Xbox accounts. And they're happy, right? So I'm saving an enormous amount of money, personally, myself. But everyone is different. And if you find yourself that the only game you play is Halo multiplayer, that's free to play anyway, you don't need Xbox Live, then you shouldn't be on Game Pass. If you find that you only play 2 games a year, then you're better off just buying core and going and buying those 2 games. But if you see for yourself that you go through maybe 4 or 5 games a year that are, you know, full priced £70 games, then Game Pass is the option for you because you will save money. Yes, you don't own those games, but at this point, personally for me, I don't care. But maybe you do care, and maybe that is something. But if it's a live service game, you don't own it anyway. If it's an always online game, you're buying a coaster anyway. You don't own anything.
Yeah.
So
it's like for us.
In that regard, you know, you got to take it as it is.
And my oldest, which he's just getting into Switch. Guess what? I pay for the family for Switch. I pay for family for Xbox. So I'm saving money either which way.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, I've played a number of games already this year. My kids have played a number of games already this year. I've easily made over the £156 that is for this year. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm right now profiting. You know, I played Powerboss at the start, had a good time in there. Don't like the building. I stopped. But you know what? My kids played it as well. And so they really enjoyed it, and they played it for about, 6 weeks? They stopped, then the update came out, and then they went back. So that's 3 accounts of Powerworld that would have cost us, £90 on its own? I played Hellblade. That's another 50. So that's 140. I played Persona 3. Even if you put that at 50 quid, that's 190. Then there's the expansion that came along that we got for free. That's paid for, which is I think £20. That's £210. Game Pass for me costs 156 quid. I've saved money already, just from those, and I'm not counting anything else that me or the kids have played. So,
and the problem is what people really need to be worried about and looking at is what GTA 6 is going to be priced at.
Well, GTA 6 is coming in 2026, so that's a long way away. I wouldn't worry about that right now.
Even so, there may be pre-orders for it, sadly.
I mean, even if there are pre-orders now, it's only going to be, like a placeholder.
If the price of it does go up to the 100 and some odd of what the standard version for it, for what people were talking about, that could scarily become the reality of what all games would be. That's the scary part.
End of the year, I haven't bought a Call of Duty, honestly, since Modern Warfare 2 on the 360. I kind of got bored of them. But this year, it's on Game Pass, so I'm going to play it. That's saving me 70 quid. Right there. Right? So even if we just look at Call of Duty, Avowed, and Indiana Jones, definitely Indiana Jones would have been a day one purchase for me. Maybe Avowed wouldn't be, but Indiana Jones 100% would be, because I'm a massive indie fan.
Same here.
So that's £140 just between those two. Just me alone and just the little stuff that was there, we are already hitting the £400 mark, and all I paid was 156. So the savings are there to be had if you use the service.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you go and you say, right, I want to go buy I want to buy a laptop. And you go and you look at this laptop that's $2,500, and you're like, oh man, this is such a powerful beast. I want this. And then you end up buying that $2,500 laptop. You go home and the only game you play is Minesweep. Did you really need it for Minesweep? Did you need that 4090 graphics card in your laptop for Minesweep? You as an individual have to decide whether or not the value you get from that subscription service, like any subscription service, like PlayStation Premium for me, is absolutely shit. I've subscribed to it for 2 years. I've never used the premium service. It is beyond shit. It's a waste of money. Extras is where you should be, because that's the best value you can get from the PlayStation subscription. But the only reason I've got premium is because during the Black Friday deals, I actually get premium for £60. Way less than what it cost me to get extras, right? So why not go premium when it's only costing you $60?
What's sad is the only reason why I've got PS Now is because my brother bought it for me for Christmas.
This isn't even go through CD keys. Certainly give a 25% discount on Black Fridays. And Shop2 in the UK does discounts, and their discounts are even better on PlayStation top-ups on Black Friday. So combining the two, you get like almost a 40%, 50% discount. You can get up to 50% discount depending on how high credit you buy it off Shop2. With the 25% from Sony, you're laughing, right? So there was no reason for me not to do it. But in the end, I don't use premium services at all. In fact, I don't even use their extra services.
I mean, just for you alone, for your family, you've got what, 4 of you in total, right? That play video games constantly. Now, if you had to purchase each one of the games, because so many people don't look at it this way as well, you have to purchase each game if you don't have Game Pass for each individual person. So you having Game Pass.
It doesn't.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Zrogdal was asking if Minesweeper was on Game Pass, and it's not. I mean, on Game Pass on Windows. It's actually not. It's not on there.
Yeah, it's
That's
no
interesting.
longer on here. But you'd have to pay for that for each of those games that you guys probably play for each account. Probably play the same games. You'd have to buy it for each one without the Game Pass. With the Game Pass, you get the family Game Pass. You get the game for everybody. And that's like what?
Yep. Crystals, I think I'm the only one that's not moaning about the $2-3 increase because I don't see it that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. The price was always going to go up. All subscription prices go up. I expected it to go up. I even said it was going to go up last year. At the end of last year and at the start of this year, when me and Paris were even on this, when I had Paris on the show, I even said, if some of you remember, that, and even in some of my videos, that I suspect when this whole conversation came up, that there was going to be a new tier that was not day and date. I called it. I actually called it, and I said this was not going to happen. I mean, this was going to happen, that a tier that didn't include day and date was going to appear because it made sense to go down that route, because having day and date games at $10 was just too good of a deal. It was just too good to continue. And so essentially, I ain't taking the blame for it, that's for sure, but I was right. I got it. I got a hole in one. I said the price increase was coming. I said the new tier was coming. And I said that the ABK games would be locked behind the highest tier. I got all three.
I mean, if anybody ever hears from a company that says that they're not going to have a price increase, you better laugh at them like none other, because it will happen. I mean, the whole thing changes. Their game plan changes. And Chaos, you've been in the game industry for quite a bit. You know that it changes either daily, weekly, or even monthly.
Yeah.
So they could say that they're not going to do any price increases, and the very next day they'd be like, "Oh, we have to increase it because of this."
I don't know, Chris. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's all good. I'm just saying that I think I'm the only one that isn't having a panic and a breakdown and performing mental gymnastics over this, because it just, for me, it's just not that big of a deal. This can of Red Bull that my wife bought me, I'm not sure if you can see the pricing on it. Can you see it? It's £2.53. This costs more than the increase that Game Pass did. And it only lasted me the best part of about 5 minutes. Game Pass will last me a hell of a lot longer.
Sadly, that's cheaper than here.
And it doesn't even need Duracell batteries. Take that as you will. But chat, I think that's going to be where we end it for today. I've had 3 hours sleep. I am starting to feel it very much so. Devastator, I'm going to check out those videos that you've sent me and pick the ones that make for a good viewing, and maybe even just react to them off stream and upload them, and for you all to watch my reaction to them. I'd like to continue longer, but having slept for 3 hours since 8 p.m. yesterday, I'm starting to feel very jaded and very nauseous. So I'm going to call it a night and go and jump into my bed and sleep. But I will definitely check out those videos. Walter is free. Roberto, I needed something to keep me awake so I can fix my sleeping patterns. My sleeping patterns were completely out of whack. So I kind of needed to stay awake and push myself. So now when I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, my sleeping patterns have returned to normal.
Nah, just drink another case.
Nah, you're good. Folks, I will see. I'm going to be around tomorrow because Sony has they gave me a code before their marketing team was even aware Concord was going to everyone on PS Plus. So tomorrow over at Twitch at Chaos Lounge streaming, I'm going to be playing Concord and checking it out. So if you want to check me out there, feel free tomorrow to hang out. But otherwise, I'll see you all on Tuesday. Peace out and remain legend. Have a good night, folks.
Have a good night, guys.
I will definitely dream about you, Roberta. Don't you worry. You'll be in my mind. Tell us no. Once your subscription is over, just like any subscription, you lose access to all the games.